So the weather in Romania is -4 degrees. Back to you guys.
It's about 50 degrees Fahrenheit here.
Who the fuck cares what Fahrenheit means?
No, who gives a
In
fuck?
the developed world, nobody cares.
You don't care about
developed world.
You don't
look
care
it up on look it up on anywhere on Google Maps or whatever.
Yeah, why is everybody always picking on me? You don't care about my temperature. I'm assuming room temperature, and you don't really care. Just kidding.
As long as you go on Fahrenheit, you in the past, motherfucker. You in the past.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody cares about Fahrenheit and shit.
No, Fahrenheit. Metric ain't got nothing on U.S. standard, baby. Go ahead and face it. You might as well face it.
Right.
Addicted to love.
You're addicted to love. That's it. Cotton. You might as well face it. No, fuck Fahrenheit. Fuck metric. No, excuse me. Fuck Fahrenheit, you know? Fuck U.S. standards.
So why do you even talk in Fahrenheit? If you mean it, then why don't you talk in metric only and show that you mean what you say?
Fuck off, you Trump.
Would you tell us that the temperature is in Fahrenheit and then you say fuck Fahrenheit? We still don't know what the fucking temperature is.
Look, fuck you. I've just had to sit on the hangout with fucking MK. Feel lucky.
God, my condolences, Sty. It'll wear off, dude.
Okay, you and MK.
It'll take a while. It'll take a while.
He fucking called me and then was crying that I didn't agree with his opinion. That's like, he's like, you need to sit there and shut up, or this is the way it's gonna be. So I was like, so you just want to talk to yourself? And he's like, no, you need to listen.
Did he aggressively eject you, as is his custom?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He said, I have a choice whether I should be in there or be ejected. I said, why don't you pray to God with the last few seconds? Why don't you do that, you fucking
That was a great thing to say to him, Sty.
Use the time to pray, bitch.
Yeah, man, because he feels like that his ejections are God's ejections.
No.
And it's reckless as fucking hell, man. I
can't stand him. I just basically said on his live hangout, he's having a mental breakdown anyway. So,
well, that might be contested. I mean, ain't we all? But anyway,
no, he's having a real one, dude. I mean, shit, that guy's seriously fucking devoid of logic. First of all, he tried to use solipsism as a reason for why there's a magical fucking matrix, and I was like, hold on a minute, there's a matrix, and he's like, yeah, there's a matrix, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that, dude.
He's in the grips of woo.
Yeah,
is that what you're
matrix,
saying?
He literally said he was shouting at me, Tommy. He was shouting at me. There's a matrix. I'm like, no, there isn't. He was like,
he's not up front with it though.
Explain.
If he's in the grips of woo, be up front about it. If you're in the grips of woo, be up front about it, man. Don't sit there behind that fucking facade of soft and gentle objectivity.
If you're in the grips of woo,
yeah, I hear you, man. That's precisely what I see, Sty. What I think you're seeing, bro.
Crazy woo. Like, I can understand Christians with difference of opinions. Yeah, I can deal with that shit. Yeah. This guy's off the chart crazy.
Let me tell you, it's going around, man. He's not, I've been in the grips of it myself. I know it. And there are other neighbors of ours who have this closet woo. And I'm serious. Yeah, it is
like
bizarre.
There's a matrix and shit. I'm like, what? What the fuck? Matrix?
Let me tell you, Darwin's deity.
Prove the matrix. I'm like, oh.
Darwin's deity will all of a sudden see you as a devil, or as a.
Well, that's what I said. I said, you've been listening to the Darwin's deity crazy ass too much. You don't know what's right from wrong. You do. You're fucking crazy. And he gets all like butter because I told him. Like,
well, the truth stings, don't it?
Yeah, that's why he was like, well, I had to kick you out the room. And he's in there talking to Smoke and his shit. Smoke and John is like, oh, you said Honda equals Japan.
Oh, my God.
Shut up.
Well, may he think about why he threw you out. May he think about it. Because it would be good. It would be good that he...
Unlike good Christians with a conscience, this motherfucker doesn't own one, apparently.
It's just over woo, man. He's in the grips of it. in the fucking grips of it, and it'd be good for him to be up.
With a mind, motherfucker called me. I just sat there. I asked him before. I said that you're gonna make a hangout because I was hoping he would unblock Xbox because he was like, Xbox was saying the same thing.
Oh my God, he's blocked Xbox.
He blocked Xbox. Yeah, I said, dude, if you keep going on this, if you keep blocking the people at the same rate that you're doing now, you won't have anybody. You won't have anybody to talk to, right? Even your fellow Christians don't agree on some of the shit.
What do you think happened to Brett Keane? What do you think happened to him, man?
No,
you eject and block people, and good God, you'd run out of people.
Yeah, nobody. Who the fuck wants to join your channel?
We're a finite resource, you know that.
Exactly, man. Who you gonna fucking eject for God? Oh, God and me, we're one, and I
fucking
feel...
if anything, you need them people in your room for entertainment and shit. You know, keep them.
Well, no, you need some people. You need some people to use for setting an example.
I'm
Are
just
other
dude. I joined
in
for
your room for entertainment. Is that what EM is doing?
I will say that I think
that
EM.
shit.
I think EM likes other people with different opinions to reinforce his own fucking deluded shit about the universe. But that's Christians for you anyway. Christians for you.
But hey, Sty, if he is hosting to be cool to people, or is he just using them as fodder for entertainment and as a power trip?
He's using them as a power trip because he called me. I didn't call him. I asked him. I said, "Are you making a hangout?" I didn't say call my ass, and then he called me, and then he was going off on one about like some solipsism.
Hey, he doesn't use Darwin's deity as an attack dog for nothing.
No, he doesn't. That's the thing. But the thing is, he's so stupid. He doesn't understand that Darwin's deity is the wrong kind of attack dog. He's a dumbass.
Let me tell you, man, it is a sadomasochistic match made.
He was saying, I'm like a woman because women talk too much, and I'm like, wow, no wonder you're single. And Smoking was agreeing with him and said, yeah, he's got a wife. I said, geez, your wife must be popular.
Look, people say things about what bothers him, and what MK said about I talk too much, or something. I hear confessions. I hear him. No, yeah. Damn. Ouch. Ouchie, ouch.
They're crazy people, honestly.
They're the ones who preach that, ears will open and you will be heard and all this kind of stuff. But they don't realize that it's not up there in the outer supernatural. It's right here with your fellow people.
No, they're just you know what? People like that are scared in hell.
Nah.
You damn right.
They are, man. No, they are. They're scared. They're scarier, right? Their vision of God makes the God in the Bible.
You're on it.
Look like a pussy. Seriously, their God makes God in the Bible. Listen, dude, I grew up in a fucking Christian nation, right? From what I read in the Bible, that ain't the same dude. They ain't the same peoples. Their beliefs are just based on bigotry. And if you don't believe what I believe, you're a fuckwit and all that. These guys are horrible people, man.
Yeah, you think Darwin's deity ain't scared shitless behind that little fucking cocky ass fucking malevolent attitude? He doesn't have
a webcam.
No, the question is how to help Darwin's deity.
I don't want to help him. I sometimes in the back of my mind hope these are hell, and I want him to go to it. I want him to be the first person on the bus. Because blessed are the meek. I am the meek, and people who are like him, you're gonna fucking feel hell first, man. I got no complaints about God. You have, because you need him to hold your hand, because you are the sinner. You're a sinning bitch. I don't need to worry about shit.
Right.
I don't need to worry because I don't.
Try and look past his fucking hateful fucking shit that he spews like a Chinese radio. Try and look past
That's
it, man.
That's a bit racist, but you know.
Chinese radio.
I know. I didn't mean to belittle radio.
I think you meant propaganda.
I love radios, man. I love radios, Sty. I love radios.
Hateful.
He meant propaganda. All right, we let you off with that, Tommy.
I really do love radios. I really do.
Unless the Chinese.
Chinese aren't that great, though, but radios are awesome.
Tacos.
Yes.
Sorry.
Fucking
sorry,
Chinese
sorry.
ones, though.
Can't
stand them.
But yeah, I can feel it, Sty. I felt very fucking exasperated in that room. Very exasperated several times.
You know what? You know what makes me think though? They're so full of hate, right? Considering they preach the Lord and all, they seem so full of hate. And that's one thing I never understand about these people who pretend to preach the Lord. They're so quick, like literally so quick to go, yeah, my God hates you because you don't believe what I say.
I know,
I'm like,
man,
God, your God's a dick, man.
It's called holy hatred. It's pathetic, but it's not real hatred. It's really fueled by.
To them, it is.
Well, yeah, okay, it is, but looking at it deeper, it's fueled by rational fear. Yeah,
no,
I'll take it.
Irrational fear. Irrational.
Oh, thank you. It's fueled by untruthful rationale. To imagine that God is a pissed off motherfucker gonna fuck you up.
He is, according to them.
Exactly. Precisely.
But I don't think he is.
I don't feel he is either.
If I was to accept the whole God concept, I mean, what I learned in school, or the Judaic God, like the Christian God, right? God is supposed to be like, hey, you don't need to be rich. You're supposed to look after your fellow man, turn the other cheek. Don't fuck over other humans. Be just a nice person in life. That was the understanding I got from the age of like 5, right? And then the only problem is, that seemed all good and well until I met other human beings. It didn't work out that way, right? The human beings is the reason why I don't believe in God. You have to understand that. It's not God itself. It's human beings that don't make me believe in God.
That's why I do hold belief in Jesus, is because but let me share something with you. My official semi-delusional fucking partially psychotic opinion as an ambassador of Christ Jesus himself is that he likes you very much, Sty. He likes you very much, man.
Probably
you
does.
He's
probably pissed. Shit. He's probably pissed because I kind of indulge with him, just for the fucks and the lols and giggles.
Oh, are you kidding? He's probably in love with you. He's probably in love with you, man. No homo. No homo. Just
listen. God isn't a male, so he wouldn't be homo anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just like a tree shoving its roots up my ass, apparently.
Well, let me tell you, man.
Do you like that one? Do you like that?
I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk. Yeah, cool.
Just saying. Anyway,
talking about God is like.
I don't like them. They're not like you, Tony.
Talking about God can be like talking about algebra in a kindergarten. I ain't got time for it, man.
No,
I don't want to hear about algebra. I don't want to hear about algebra. I want to play.
I would say, even though I disagree with your God thing, I would say I think you're more sincere, to be fair. That's my opinion.
I don't give a fuck how delusional I am. I am sincere. Fucking A right, I'm sincere. I weep sometimes. I cry like a little saint. Yes.
Or like Jim Barry.
Yeah. Easy, but
Are you doing Bunto anyway?
What? Why are you inciting it?
Okay.
Deutsche Jager?
What?
Meister?
Suck it down, Sip.
No.
Why are you inciting envy? Yeah. Man, I want a drink, Cyprian. Give me a drink.
We can't hear you because you're on mute or something, but...
Share the wealth, man. If you can show us some money.
He's probably on Twitch, the fat prick. I seen you on before, Cyprian. On fucking Twitch with your Russian dirty friend playing GTA. Speaking Russian, I was in the room, I was like, what's the point of me being in this? We're speaking Russian, the dirty drinking bastard.
Russians are dirty? Are you
he
crazy?
he wasn't speaking Russian, no. But he was in a room speaking a foreign language, and I was like, I can't even engage this shit. But his friend was,
But
yeah,
your
his friend was
English is
playing.
a foreign language.
Motherfucker, you best check your privilege.
I was watching you, bitch. I was watching you play GTA.
Hold the fuck on for a second. Have you ever in your life spoke Romanian, Italian, English, French, or whatever?
No, that's I joked.
You only speak English, and you're talking to me.
You wasn't speaking English. I was in the fucking room. You're speaking Romanian or some shit.
Let Cyprian say. Go ahead.
For one, this is what it is. Motherfuckers in England and US talking about, why can't you motherfuckers speak English? Have you ever spoken Romanian in your life whatsoever?
Yes.
Even your English is shit. I can oh shit, you spoke Romanian. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, that's my
Fucking
Romanian.
right. Cyprian has corrected me several times in my English, to my credit. Thank you.
Exactly.
To be honest, Thai isn't that correct as well, but I, let it slide and all that shit.
I'll let it slide.
I'm letting it slide because you so fucking adamant about your shit, and you
come on.
It ain't easy being bilingual.
Yeah, I'm Scouse and speak English at the same time, motherfucker. That's
right
there.
That's the hardest shit you ever did in your life.
Yeah. No, I swear, I literally know because.
Goddamn.
No, because
I know. In your life. Goddamn.
No, Cyprian was in his friend's hangout. I was watching him. But I didn't stay long. He was playing League Legends. What the fuck? He was playing GTA. Yeah. So I was watching, but I just I couldn't really speak because I didn't know what the fuck they were saying. I was like, what the fuck? So I did leave at that point.
The last one just said. And see what
Who speaks Cantonese? Who speaks Cantonese?
Point when I recognize my fault.
Probably Nadia.
And I apologize for being with my friends Romanian. I'm sorry, Sally.
It's fine. It's just I couldn't engage in the conversation because you were talking some weird shit while he was driving the Jeep, and I was like, okay, I can't.
No, that was unique, not weird.
That's Romanian. I was only with my Romanian friends. I was speaking my own language. Is that a fucked up shit to do?
No, I'm just saying, right? It doesn't matter what language it is. It's still not English. So for my intents and purposes, it was still Russian. It was still Russian.
That's cool. I understand.
It was a different language. It could have been French. It's still the same shit. Okay. To be fair, I do understand French and Spanish better, but no, I didn't understand Romanian. I was like, he's talking to his friend. I could have said hi, to be honest.
Oh.
You were sitting in a deep conversation.
Dizor, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here, Dizor. Stizor, do you know that our good brother Jim has been going around saying that I tried to have sex with you?
Who?
Jim.
That's going to get interesting.
Oh, wow.
I think he stopped, though.
No, he said with MK. I thought you had
there's no reason for me to bring that water back from under the bridge.
All right, let me defend Jim. All right. I'm going to defend both you at the same time. Right, I'm gonna do this. Right.
Oh no, you're not.
Oh yeah, I am.
Oh, no,
I'm gonna defend Brother Jim.
No, you're not.
Right.
You're not going to defend me, sir.
All right. You know what? All right.
I'll defend myself. All right. I defend myself. Don't even do it.
All right. Fine. I will defend Jim. I will defend Jim. Fine.
So what happened?
Well,
you defend Jim if you want.
Okay, all right. Well, let me fucking defend him then, right? Let me. You brought it up, motherfucker. If you wouldn't have brought it up, I wouldn't be saying shit.
Goddamn right, I did.
All right.
Right, I did.
All right. So, Jim.
Oh, you're gonna accuse me? Oh, go ahead.
I haven't said anything. Will you let me fucking speak? Jesus Christ. So, Jim. Jim came in my hangout, right? And he was like.
I'll just point out that you use Jesus Christ as a thing.
Shut up, Cap. It's Cappy, and let me finish. Right. So Jim came in my room, right, and was like, Saint Tommy. No.
He's in a panic like a little girl.
Well, you just shut the fuck up and let me finish so people may understand what the fuck's going on, right? So, Jim comes in my hangout and asks me about St. Tommy. Do I know who St. Tommy is? And I'm like, yeah, right? And then he's saying, well, he just flipped on me because he said apparently that you, I should say, Tommy, you came onto somebody in the room, right? He was a male, right? And he was saying, are you gay? And you flipped on him, right? And I said to him, well, I've had the same experience because when I first came on G Plus and I met Tommy, I had the same problem because Tommy was coming on to me and I asked Tommy, are you gay? Right? And Tommy flipped on me and then blocked me, which is true. Don't deny it because it is. It's true. You did ask me. So I'm just going to say it. All right, let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish, man. Let me finish.
I'm letting you. Go ahead.
So I said to Jim, right, I think that Tommy just swings both ways, right? So it just might be just being Tommy. It's not a big deal, but that's just the way he speaks to people. And for me, that was the end of the conversation.
All right. Okay,
but if you think that
he's bilingual,
I want time now to speak. Stop.
Okay, that's fine, dude.
Look,
I said my piece.
Okay, shut the fuck up then, and let me continue.
All right.
Okay, number one, I don't deny or confirm that you're a sexy man. Okay? But I did not block you. I have never blocked you. What kind of fucking
don't make me get all Jesus on your ass right now.
That's right, man. So look,
I would get biblical.
If you felt horny around me, that's your personal and private business. But if you wait, let me finish, bro. Let me finish, Sty. If you felt hit on around me, that's your personal and private business, and I am honored. But if you say I blocked you, you are fucking lying like a rug. Like a rug. There you go. But thank you.
I was trying, Tommy, I was trying to say to Jim, look, if that's the way some people are, the way they speak to other people, and no offense, Tommy, but because of the kind of lifestyle I've led in the past, as a heterosexual, having to go to gay bars, you try to hit on. No, seriously.
Well, I didn't know this was a gay bar.
Whoa.
That's Christian Hillbillies.
Wait. My turn. Hey, Sky, if you have a gaydar, that's your own personal and private business.
Don't get angry, dude.
But hold on,
you were the one who got angry, not me. You got angry because I said it.
Talking, Sky, and listen to my words, please. Listen to my words. If you have a gaydar and you felt hit on, I am honored, and that is your personal and private business. But if you ascribe motivation to me definitively, you might not be accurate, sir.
Look,
you bear that in mind.
Look, right, I can bear whatever in mind, right? If I'm saying somebody, that just might be the way he speaks, right? Which I give you. Listen, I never said to. Hold on a minute. Listen, dude. You was the one who got angry at Jim.
You're the one.
That's why Jim asked me who you was. I said, I know who Tommy is. And then he told me the situation, and I said, look, I've had the same scenario where he might.
You're repeating yourself, Sty.
Yeah, because it requires repeating because you point. I don't go around to Cyprian saying shit to Cyprian where Cyprian thinks I'm getting on. You sexy big fat titted Romanian. Oh baby, I want to suck your titties.
Sky Zor. You there, sir?
Yes.
What business is it of Jim's?
Who cares?
What business is it of Jim's? What your sexual experience is with me?
Dude,
why does he want to shut the fuck up? Shut the fuck up for a minute. Shut your fucking pie hole. What business is it of Jim's? Why does Jim want to know about St. Tommy? Why is he doing this inquisition? What is his interest in exposing St. Tommy?
don't think anybody's exposing you. I think everybody knows you're bisexual by now.
Well, isn't it for Jim
Well,
to
wait,
answer? Isn't it for Jim?
thought
Isn't it Jim's
everybody's
place to
bisexual.
answer that one?
No, but I'm
Okay,
just saying.
thank
I don't think that's the problem though, and that's what I was trying to explain
But
to
you
Jim.
see,
I was
you're
like,
not-
That
that's
was the
just really
question.
No,
That was the
hold-
question.
You're not.
To defend.
You dumb
I'm trying
fuck.
to defend you,
Shut the
Tommy.
fuck up for a second.
He doesn't
Stop.
I
even
That
asked
was the
you a
question.
question, Sty. I asked
What?
you a question. Listen, what business is it of Jim's? It's not about you, sir. It's about Jim. What
I don't
business
know, dude.
is
You
it
asked
of
Rex Jim. Oh, okay. I can't answer that. You asked Rex Jim. I don't know,
Thank you.
dude. Ask me a question, and I just answered it. And
I
tried to be as
thought
fair
Tommy
as
and I have
possible.
already discussed this. I thought this was water on the bridge.
It is
Yeah,
water
I
under the bridge.
I only-
sir.
Because Stizer was in here,
Yeah.
and I had meant to
I did. Well,
Yeah,
look,
I was just
had
being
yeah,
honest. I never
Hold on,
said
the
anything.
story has
Calm
changed.
down.
You're such a liar,
The
Jim.
story
He's not a
changed.
liar.
Jim.
Jim just
Hey,
asked
Jim.
me because Jim
The
was
story
treated
has
in
Okay,
changed.
their
Sty,
way.
shut the fuck up for a second. Let me talk.
Come on, that's not fair.
Number
man.
one, Sty,
Don't stop
I'm sorry to
beating
talk
me, Jim.
disrespectfully to you. Number one. Number
That's
two,
fine.
Jim, I'm sorry to bring this up again, sir. It's water under the bridge, but this was business with Sty. That's why I
What about,
mentioned
yeah, what about
Business.
me though? I haven't said shit. You brought Jim into it, and you asked me a question. And I said this is the reason why I said.
Hold on, as far as I can
Am I
see,
denying what I said?
excuse me,
No.
gentlemen,
What I
gentlemen.
told Jim was the truth.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cyprian, what's up?
Yeah, Tommy, that's what happened.
Motivation. Hey, look here, you little fucking gaydar motherfucker. You ascribe, you listen, and you listen close.
So now you're gonna get
You
angry.
ascribe motivations to something subjective,
I couldn't
and that's
give a fuck.
reckless. That's
No,
fucking reckless, Sty. Watch your fucking mouth.
Well, why say shit then? Why say shit like
Well,
that?
look, if you want to
Why
say I
say
hit
shit
on
that
you,
makes
you want to say I hit on you, you fucking know what you're saying, bro. You're saying something very subjective.
the fact that I'm telling you that was the case?
Okay, well, listen to
part
me
is-
one more.
The worst part is someone like MK says he.
Replay.
Shut the fuck
Okay,
up,
that's
Jim, before I beat your ass.
Bam!
Now,
Go
listen
to
to
New York
this,
City on the
Sty.
dude.
Can I talk?
I still love you, Tommy, but you swing both ways, dude.
Hey, look, Bo. Hey, I don't
like your
deny.
mother.
I don't deny your vision
We don't
and
moderate this shit.
projection of your own. But if you
No,
call
no,
me
we
a
don't.
goddamn queer, you better watch your fucking mouth. You better
Well,
watch.
Yes, don't be calling people queers, all right?
Yeah, you're
Goddamn
fucking,
right.
No,
This
all right,
little
Tommy,
fucking
you're queer.
nigger, this little English. You
Yeah,
shut the
you call
fuck
me
up
nigger,
and let me
I'm not-
talk.
I'm not
N-word.
I
saying-
will
I'm not
upbraid
saying
you.
that.
Shut the fuck up, Stein. I
I've
will
never even been
upbraid
that
you.
angry.
Hey, you
I've never
goddamn
been that angry, Tommy.
Listen to my words, Stein. Listen to my words, my
He
brother.
called you a nigger?
Calm down, and let me fit. Hey, motherfucker, you call me a queer? Hey, shut the fuck up and let me talk, you little hyper bitch. Shut the fuck up and let me. You call me a queer? You call me a queer? You
are
call me a
fucking
queer?
Yeah, you are a queer.
You call me
You are
a
a
queer?
queer. You are a queer.
You
you're a
goddamn
you're a-
nigga.
you're
You fucking nigga.
All right, you guys, you having fun?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Having fun?
You keep talking, Sty, and
You keep walking, baby. Listen, guys, you're being very childish, and this is an adult hangout. So,
well, let me tell you, talking to Sty is not easy.
Sty,
Okay.
this is not a sandbox where you can just throw stand in somebody's face, like with a mute button, though, like,
Oh.
digital age. So if you do that again, I'm going to have to spank your pee-pee. You understand? You're going to have to lay it out, and I'm going to whack it
Okay,
with a wooden
I am
ruler.
so sorry, Sty. Hey,
Now,
man, you
I want to
called
hear
me.
I want to hear from Cyprian. Go ahead, Cyprian. Cyprian, hello. Please speak. You did have something to say, right? Cyprian? Cyprian, hello?
Yes.
You wanted to say something, right?
Yeah, I just want to say you need to mute some of these motherfuckers.
Yeah, I did. Go ahead. You're the only one that can be heard. Go ahead. Forget about them. Just go ahead. Say what you want to say.
I wouldn't, because
nobody can hear you. In my feed,
so
I muted
the
them.
thing is, you know, it started as a discussion, but it ended up as a fight between races. I know why, because they're both white.
Yeah.
But it ended up as a fight between races.
That means that they've got nothing left. That's it.
And the only thing I want to say is we need a thing like a guy that does the monitoring of, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Moderating.
Yeah, moderating. Yeah, that's what it is.
In other words, like, so if you want to speak, nobody else should be speaking. Right?
Well,
and even if they are speaking,
did go first,
and even if they are speaking, then at least nobody can hear them. Switch off their microphones. You think that's a good idea? Can you not?
Mute this motherfucker.
I did. Nobody can hear them. I can't hear them.
Oh shit.
Go to
I need to mute them as well?
Yeah, go to Toolbox and mute them.
Yeah, I'll do
that. But in the meantime, tell us what you have to say, because I can hear you.
All I need to say is that this motherfucker is talking shit. And he's still talking about me.
Talking Russian or talking another language. Yeah. We got that. So it's a class thing, right? The European, see, there's a European part of this, which is you and Stizor being European, and there's a distinction there. And then between Stizor and St. Tommy being North American and Stizor being European, it's a different connection. So anyway, it's a class thing, I think.
No, I want to turn.
Okay, go ahead then, St.
No,
Tommy.
you've already gone, Sky. I want to go.
You're up. You're up. St. Tommy, you're up. Go ahead.
Number one, I am very sensitive. Give me about 1 minute, straight minute.
You've got, nobody else can hear you except for me. That's it.
Nobody else can hear me?
Nobody else can hear anybody else other than you.
Look, can Sty hear me?
No. Yes.
Okay.
He can hear you, but he can only. But.
Okay. Can I go? Can I go?
Only I can hear you.
Okay. Number one, I am very sensitive to name calling, and I apologize for employing the N word. I am part black. I'm part black. I know what it's like to be called names like that. It hurts. Number two, you did call me queer. You ascribe. Shut the fuck up. You ascribed motivation and intent to whatever the words that I said, and I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that. If I hit on somebody, I know it, and I did not hit on you. And you sit there, shut up. You sit there and parade around and call me queer. It hurts. And then I use the N word, and now I'm Saint Racist. Yeah, I don't appreciate it. Careful with your words, sir. Careful with the name calling, because words have power. It's not good to call a Romanian a piece of shit. It's not good to call each other. I did not hit on you, my brother. And I would not call you. I wouldn't do it because I don't see it. I don't know, sir. I used it as a tool. Shut the fuck up. I used it as a tool to try and have you see how you were name calling me. That is all. That is
I agree
all.
with him. Stop making fun of him. He's just trying to be nice.
Now, if you want to paint me as a queer,
He's not.
if you want to paint one last line, if you want to paint me as a racist queer, know what you're doing, Sty. Know what you're doing. Hey, fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck me. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
you're not gonna let me speak. So you're not gonna let me speak. You've just spoke, but you're not gonna let me speak now.
Go ahead, Sty, it's all yours.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course he's rage quit, right? So, as I told at the beginning, Jim, okay, I'm sat there by myself, probably playing Dota 2 like I'm doing right now. Jim says to me, hey, do you know this Tommy guy? Right? And I say, and he says to me that in a hangout, Tommy's being hitting on somebody, right? And he says, do you know about this shit? And I say, because I've had experience of this shit, yeah, Tommy, I think he swings both ways. And Jim will say this because it's in our fucking Skype, right? I'm not hiding anything. The reason why I said that is because he literally said it to me in a hangout. The first time I ever met him, he came on to me. Now, I don't know how I'm supposed to rationalize that to anybody else, but if a guy with a fucking beard is saying shit that you would say to a girl, don't you think that's being hit on? Yes, right? And then he got pissed at. Then he got pissed at me and blocked me. He blocked me.
It wasn't me.
No, and then he got fucking pissy about it. And then I forgive him because I said to him, I don't give a fuck if you swing both ways. I don't give a fuck about, you know, if you're gay or whatever, right? I don't care. That's just my prerogative. So what I said to Jim is, that's the way he is. He's just, you know, he might be all Christian and shit, but he swings both ways, I think, personally, because you wouldn't say that to a guy. I wouldn't go to sibling and start saying stupid shit like I want to jiggle your tits or whatever. You'd be like, hold on a minute, why are you saying that shit? Why would I make that up? Why would I make it up if someone didn't say it? No, but why would I make that up? Why would I make it up? I've never said that about fucking you, Bunto. I know Bunto's as gay as the day is fucking bright. But Bunto's never said anything where, like, I'm thinking, oh my God, Bunto wants to tickle my balls. He's never said anything like that, right? So why would I? But no, but why would I say anything like that? Why would I accuse Saint Tommy if that wasn't the case? I'm not trying to make it like it's a bad thing if he said it. What I'm saying is, that's my experience, and I said that to Jim, right, Jim? Oh, don't ask Vechel. Vechel will just say yeah for the fucking shits and giggles.
What? I can't hear the question.
You know, 'cause what we're talking about here is, I got.
Has Saint Tommy ever been a homosexual with you in any way?
Right.
Just ask me the fucking question. Fucking, don't dance around about it, Jim. Fucking hell.
No, I haven't gotten that impression.
There you go, because he only does it with certain people, obviously. He did it with me, and I can tell you because I had a gay person in my room the very first time he said it. He was Gay Dave. That's his name, Gay Dave, from Australia. He literally said it in the room, and I was like, dude, are you trying to come on to me? Are you gay? I literally asked him because I was confused at what the fuck he was saying. I was like, are you gay? And then he got pissed at me and left the room and blocked me. And then he added me back and apologized and all that shit. And I was like, dude, I ain't even asked. If you're gay, it's not my fucking business. But just don't fucking get pissed when I just notice what you're fucking doing.
Becco!
Sty.
And then he called me a nigger? Jesus Christ.
Yes, that was wrong.
No, he fucking knew exactly.
Wait, Tommy did that?
Yeah, he just called me a nigger, dude. Seriously, just blatantly said. And he said, it's a tool.
I'm glad you told me that.
No, he literally just said it. What? Sorry, Prez.
He did apologize, I guess.
No, he did.
Okay, but look,
He might apologize, but that's not the first time those words came out of his mouth.
Yeah, go on. I want Press to say. Go on, Press. He's trying to speak.
In St. Tommy's behalf, I would say that he's called me India several times, but it was just like fun, nothing gracious. That's all.
Slurring really,
But you're drunk and white, so no one gives a fuck what you got to say, Sip. Get sober, dude. You're so fucking drunk, it's unreal. I'm amazed you can even turn on a computer.
Have you met Patrick Festa? Okay, 1 second. Let me jump in here real quick. All right, as far as calling somebody
this
a
guy
queer,
keeps shouting my fucking name. Can you just say something, Pretzel, Prezi, whatever your name is? Just say whatever it is.
Where are you from? I'm trying to ask you that.
Planet Earth. Where are you from?
No, like what country? Just asking that.
The United Kingdom. Where are you from? The United States. Good.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
age restriction.
Yeah. Problem solved.
Hey, kiddo, they got the Pokemon Hangout in the next room. Okay, one thing to say. All right, calling somebody a queer is not necessarily a pejorative.
You might be young, but leave him alone. He wants to engage with adults.
All right.
But
leave him alone. Don't bust his chops because he's a kid. Listen, he probably learned more than he than his parents have ever.
Well, you're in a foreign country, man. Like people like me and Duck will get on a list or something.
Well, at least he knows where's the United Kingdom is. He probably never learned that in his shitty school. They can't afford the fucking education, apparently, in the United States.
Okay, before Bulldog goes on, I just want to clarify to the fact that Stizor backed up my claim.
Yep.
So I just want everybody to know that. Sydney,
Tommy's not a homosexual.
Bulldog,
he's not. He's fucking bisexual.
Okay,
He's not homosexual. He's bisexual.
I want to say that I was under the impression that Stizor was a witness to St. Tommy coming on to MK. That's what I understood.
No. That's how I would see. Let me explain something.
Go on, Jim.
I had already had listened to Stizor's complaint about St. Tommy.
Yeah.
About hit on. And then all of a sudden, months later, I happened to happen in the room, and MK of all people, MK of all people says, "Hey, by the way, St. Tommy," and I just could not believe it. It was like weird, and MK says, "So St. Tommy, I got the vibe that you were picking up on me. What do you think about that?" And Tom and I jumped in, and I was triggered. I felt like Tommy had.
And he asked me,
"Why were you triggered?"
Yeah. Because somebody else got the same vibe that I've never told anybody. Right? The only people who knew what I said was Joseph Unicornucopia, was Dave. There was only a few people. Because I'll be honest, right? I'll be honest. I've been on this Google Plus longer than any of you motherfuckers in this room, right? And when St. Tommy came on,
shut the door,
right? Yeah, in the room and shit, right? Huh? It was just the way it was, and then I forgot about it, and it was nothing until Jim said to me, "Do you know this St. Tommy guy?" And I was like, "Yeah, St. Tommy, whatever." I didn't even think what he was going to ask me next, and then he brought up like he was hitting on MK, and I just started laughing because I was like, "Yeah, it's just St. Tommy. That's just the way he is. He swings both ways, probably." Because I don't know how can two separate people get the same vibe if the guy isn't projecting that vibe? Now, he might be projecting it in the way he's saying, but listen, if someone's saying, "Are you being gay?" that's a reason for you to change how you talk to people. Just saying, dude. Because if I go up to Cyprian instead of saying "Hello, Cyprian," and say, "Hey, Cyprian,
what the hell,
can I tickle your balls?" Pretty
goddamn,
reaction. That's why he's got his gun out. Shoot some gays and niggers and shit.
Damn, what is going on a Friday night on the GDC? I mean, racist, homo haters.
Hey, Hunter Bailey's just joined us. He's a new hangouter, a new Google Plus hangouter.
Yeah, don't hate on him. Don't hate on him. Welcome, Fres.
Past adolescence.
No, talking about.
Fuck him. I don't give a fuck. If he's young, I don't care. Welcome, Fres.
It's over.
I like Fres, man. He might be young and not one of the adults.
We're saying hello to Hunter. Hey, Hunter.
No, I've actually been doing this for a while now. I'm actually a moderator on the Great Debate Community.
Are you really? Oh, because I've never seen you on.
Are you making any money at it?
I've never seen you on a Hangout yet.
Oh, that's the community that Bunto got banned out of
Hunter gets
One of
banned
the
from
many.
every community because he always posts crazy, narcissistic, sexy pics of weird shit that has been stolen
God.
or some shit for the past week.
I'm just wondering what in the world.
Well, have you met Veckel, Hunter?
He was Steve's right to say that if we have a great debate community, the Christians will be intimidated by certain memes.
Fucking hell, Christians are intimidated by God. We don't need meme shit. They got a cross for that shit.
Yeah, I mean,
what doesn't offend Christians?
It's about the ideas. But Hunter, have you met Veckel? Veckel, have you met Hunter?
Yeah, we know each other.
Oh, okay.
And just FYI, I
He's
am a
gay
Christian.
too, man.
Who, me?
No, Veckel's gay too, dude.
Oh, I was about to say, there ain't no way I'm gay.
Yeah.
But
that must be a different.
Hey, hang on.
no, I'm not gay. But, I mean, gay. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah,
How you guys that impression?
Jim tracks the GDC, so just tell him.
oh no, I don't do that at all. No, I just monitor the fact that somebody says something and then does the other.
Anyway,
Oh yeah, Christians don't do that.
what was it specifically, Hunter, that you were looking to be debating about?
Do you mean? Oh, are you talking about with
With respect to your comment on my post.
post earlier today?
Yeah, the one that you just put on this.
Oh, really? Just, I mean, I'm always down to discuss about really anything since I'm a Christian,
Yes.
and I'm actually going to Bible college right now. So I
What's
mean,
your,
really anything.
What's your aim? Become a preacher?
No, actually, my aim is to be a professor. I really enjoy.
So you're coming over and hanging around us, huh?
Well, I mean, I'm what you would call a truth seeker. To get to know a little bit about me, I used to be an atheist who's now a Christian, just because of the of how.
Okay. Can I ask you a question?
I was.
How
question,
come
just telling you a little bit about myself.
Okay, okay.
No, it's just a statement telling you a little bit about myself.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and but pretty much what I'm what you would call a truth seeker. Like, I think that
All right, shut up.
everybody.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you could call me a truth seeker because I'm not closed-minded to anything. I'm actually not, and I'm not biased. Well, I'm actually if you have something to prove to me, prove it.
But if you're going to Bible school, then you have to be like Jesus-centric. Right?
I don't know, people, I guess, of all types. The worst thing you can do is base an ideology, right? Or have an ideology which skews your perspective. So you're a Christian based on ideology. Now, when you get to be a professor, do you want that ideology to bend your view of life? Or do you want to understand what Christian is as an ideology, right? Because when you say you want to learn the truth, then having an ideology of Christianity is not going the way of being truthful. Because if you was truthful, the first thing you admit is that you don't fucking know. An atheist at its heart, right? And I'm not an atheist, I'm an atheist. There's a slight difference there.
Well, you're
not
you're
much.
What?
I'm an atheist.
Egg-theist? It means you're...
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, he's like an ostrich.
No, egg.
Ostrich-centric.
So you're
IG.
Another
You know,
so you believe in a god egg?
No, I just
God egg.
I know you're trying to do a good job of being a troll. I'm not an egg theist.
I know. I'm just messing. I'm just messing.
Yeah, I know Americans have a hard time with English. It's not.
No, that's racist, man.
That's
Yeah,
not
I guess
racist.
it is.
That's xenophobic.
Anyway,
You
like,
best realize the difference.
what I'm saying is, if you want to,
Xenophobia.
if you want to be taken serious, right? The first thing you have to understand is the great debate is not great. Yeah, I will postulate it as a debate, but there's not great about it other than entertainment. Watching atheists and theists argue the concepts of a god, right? That's about it. So if you want to be a good person with an open mind, then I would suggest that you read a lot more philosophy books, mathematical books. Okay.
I have.
Yeah, waste your time there.
Yeah, waste your time there because no, I want him to be an atheist.
No, he said he was an atheist. So what are you trying to teach him? He knows.
No, he said he was a Christian.
Yeah, I'm a Christian.
See,
he's a Christian now, but he's an
Shut up,
atheist.
Sydney. Sydney, stop spoiling my fun.
Star, he was an atheist before he became a Christian, dude.
No, yes, I said that, right? And I'm saying is that, therefore, he's based his predicates of truth.
You don't know that. You haven't heard a word.
Yes, it must be, because that's his basis.
Well, let him say it himself.
Well, that's what I was going to ask him before you rudely interrupted me.
Yeah.
I was trying to get
what
this.
What was the fucking novel about?
I was trying to get.
Hey, hang on 1 second. I'm actually going to get on my laptop. I'll be right back. Hang on.
Okay.
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is the nature of this atheism that, led to him becoming a believer. I mean,
yeah, well, something would have happened.
How well did you know atheism at that point? That's what crosses my mind.
We got to go to the atheism first and find out what it
No,
is.
we don't.
Yes,
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. Because I only know atheism, so I have to go there. And
we need to go to what is this mind.
No, we don't. I can only relate to what I know.
Do you want to stop people changing their minds, Sydney? I do.
Would you like to listen at least for a minute? I only know atheism.
Unless I'm forced to.
I only know atheism, okay? So from my point of view, I need to understand how he knows atheism so that I can understand.
Okay, I get what he's saying.
He might call himself an atheist, but for all I know, he might just be
agnostic.
Elephant.
Well, he would have to be a very pretty elephant.
Like, how well did you know that God was man-made, kid?
Well, he's not here to answer. Let him come back first.
Let him replug in. And
are you talking about me?
No, not yet. You? Okay, he's back now. Ask him.
You got the floor.
Yeah, go on.
Well, okay. So, are you asking me why was that?
How well did you know that the entire God concept?
Okay, come on, guys.
No, Sydney, ask him the question, or Bunto.
One of us. Okay, but the thing is, the question is, we want to understand your atheism.
Yeah.
Okay. Straight up.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Okay, so what I was gonna say. Okay. I mean, if you want to talk, you can talk. I'm just waiting.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna say, I truly believed that there was absolutely no God. It was a bunch of freaking fairy tales. Like, it was a bunch of bullcrap. I actually despised religion as a whole. I made fun of people because of it. I believe that Jesus Christ was just some regular person that. Well,
can I interject real quick? Okay, first off,
no. Carry on.
Okay, so
carry on.
There's no science there for what? I'll just ask that and then I'll carry on.
No, just carry on. I've muted everybody who's talking over you, so carry on.
Okay, so pretty much, okay, well, just to clarify something real quick, how he said there's no science there. Well, that was the thing. I didn't look at any science or anything. I didn't look at any philosophy. I didn't read any mathematician books. I didn't look at the plausibility for the possibility of there being a God or anything like that. So I was... Yeah, so pretty much, I did not believe that there was a God. I believe that all religion was a bunch of fairy tales, and that this is like, and after we die, we just die, and we're buried in the ground, and I become whatever happens after that, my body. And I didn't think there was a soul or spiritual life whatsoever. That's what I believe as an atheist.
Which just so happens to be my favorite kind of people.
Who's doing that?
The ones that, standing next to them, and it's all.
I just want to jump in and that Steve McRae made Hunter the moderator for his Christian aspects.
Well, What theology?
Yeah, he's so young.
Who, me?
Hunter is young, yes. No, what I'm saying is, what faith does Steve have in Hunter?
Well, why don't you let Hunter speak, and then all these questions will be answered. I don't quite understand why you don't let a guy start speaking. He starts getting right into it, and
you're right.
Everybody starts throwing questions at him, and all he's doing is putting his presentation forward so that you don't have to throw these questions at him. Go ahead, Hunter.
Well, continue, I should say.
Well, it really started when I was in 5th grade. I believe that it started off with the Bible. I pretty much thought that the Bible was just some a man-made book that was used
we want to talk about your atheism.
Yeah.
No, I know. This is where it started at. Cause, I mean, I wasn't raised in a Christian home or anything. As a matter of fact, my parents didn't go to church or anything. They didn't live a Christian life or anything. The only time I probably ever went to church was when I was like 4 years old, and that was with my grandparents, and that was it. But when I was in 5th grade, I believe it started off with believing that the Bible was just a man-made book used to tell us what to do, just another tool.
Can I just ask you really quickly? How did you understand? Why did you feel that was man-made? Who influenced you to say that, or to think that?
Who's your influence in there?
Yeah,
as a young one.
Well, it was really just seeing
would you say common sense at that point?
Not. More like what I saw. I saw televangelists who was ripping people off. I saw open air preachers who were cussing people, or not cussing people out, but they were just so much hate, it seemed. And so that was.
Do you think that's changed though? Do you think that aspect of why you didn't believe has changed, or do you think it's still the same?
Well, I mean, that was just the basic of it.
No, I understand that, but what I'm trying to, I do want to push it forward, because I want to understand what made you transition from exactly what you said, TV evangelical fucking weirdos. What made you transition over to go and there is a God? Find a moment for you that made you think that was the case.
Well, this is what happened. When I was about 17, almost 18. I'm 22 now. I actually turned 23 this coming up Wednesday. So happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday.
Woohoo! So anyways, and what happened is I play drums, and I listened to a lot of heavy metal and everything. I was kind of I was metalhead. And so I was dating this girl at the time, and she was like, "Hey, you're awesome at drums. Do you think that play drums one time?" Because she knew what I believed. She knew that I didn't.
Okay, all right. We'll get to the point of God. Yeah, no offense. I'm trying to speed it up a little bit.
Well, short story. I got. Okay, so short story. I played drums at her church one time, and then the youth pastor found out that I was an atheist, and he challenged me to saying that he could prove me wrong. And after first thing, I started doing my own research, because I realized that the good old fashioned question, I could be wrong, but that doesn't necessarily.
Hold on. Well, question.
You could be wrong.
And does that mean that you are?
No, it doesn't. But it doesn't mean that I'm. But it doesn't mean that I'm. Hang on. It doesn't mean that I'm right either. So I have to. Well, hang on.
Yep.
So if I am wrong, I want to know for sure if I am. So what I started doing was my own research. I started doing philosophical books. I started looking at.
Because I know where he's going.
I said one word.
But I know, but the one word is very poignant. Go on, continue, Hunter. You see, I want to understand the manipulation of this poor young child by his pastor.
Okay, well, it wasn't a manipulation by the pastor, because I did it. It wasn't, because I did it by myself.
Didn't you just tell me verbatim that you was an atheist and you was playing drums at your girlfriend's church, and who you had a conversation with was a theist, and he gave you a proposition, right?
Well, he can prove me wrong.
Yes, But the problem is that you fell for this trick.
No, because
literally you did. No, this is the point is, there is no right or wrong in this question because it requires belief. So he basically manipulated you to believe that what he's saying has any validity. When actually your first assessment of the situation as a young child of 5 years old or 5th grade or whatever the fuck you just told me was actually the right assessment. Because if you've watched on TV how human beings manipulate other human beings, don't you think that's exactly what he does? Just because he doesn't go yee-haw in a big conversation.
Do you want to tell my story? Or can I tell my story?
You can tell your story.
Thank you. Anyways, what I was saying was that there was no manipulation there. The reason why it is because even after he challenged me, I did not accept it. If you let me finish, you would have known that. Second of all, this is when I was 17. I didn't actually become a Christian because of the fact that I didn't want to be wrong. Okay, you got that?
Wrong about what?
I didn't want to be wrong if there is a God or not.
So is that based on fear?
No, he sacrificed his morals at that point in time.
No, hold on, Jim. I want to know if you're wrong. What is the implication for you if you're wrong?
Okay, if there is a God, do we want to be wrong about that?
Yeah, but the problem is if.
Okay, you're not answering my question.
Who the fuck is eating crisp? Can you shut up, Sydney, and stop eating crisp?
Replace God with Santa and say that same sentence.
No, yeah, Bunto, I know. But let him finish.
Santa is not the same exact idea of God. There's two different descriptions.
How can you test that? See what I mean? There's no science there, kid.
Bunto, you pull him off the points that we're trying to keep him on, dude. Don't say Santa Claus and shit, because now you're making his mind wander. Keep him on the concept of God and how he got there.
That too later on if you want me to.
Well, I want you to, obviously.
Yeah, Stizer, you're underestimating the person. Hunter is quite a tough game. Please.
Yeah. Well, Jim, I'm not underestimating anybody. I want him to speak his mind, but
you're not letting me. You keep interrupting me.
Well, I'm trying to fucking tell Jim to shut up while you speak, yo.
Actually, Star, you're not. You're just shutting. You're just interrupting him when he's speaking. Bunto, you're doing the same thing. Can you both please let Hunter speak? And when he's finished, maybe he'll tell you that he's finished, and then you can say whatever you want to say, please.
Just say over when you're done with the sentence.
Yeah, just shut up already.
All right, so can I go again?
Yeah.
Be quick.
I'm trying to be. You keep interrupting. Anyways, so what I was saying was that I did not become a believer until I was 19, because what I started doing is starting to look at philosophy, mathematician books, science books, and the plausibility of there being a God, and if there is a God, if there is, which God is it? Because when you look at the common definition of God, it's an all-powerful, intelligent, magnificent being that created everything. That is the cause of the universe. That is the basic definition of it. So that's where I got to become an atheist. And then when I became a Christian is when I looked at the historicity of Jesus Christ. That's it. And then after that, I seeked God fully because to reveal himself to me. And I didn't see anything wrong with praying or anything. And so after a little while, I had personal experiences with him. And that's how I became a Christian. And that's actually why I'm in Bible college. Pretty much, this is before I even read the Bible, because I was still kind of stuck in my whole like the Bible isn't really, I don't know much about the Bible or anything, and so I didn't read that much. I was still stuck in like my philosophy books and everything. So where I went from there is
Bible's more than just the Bible. The Bible, it's God is a lot more important than what the Bible is. So I don't understand how atheism and the Bible. We're trying to stay away from the Bible, really, and trying to understand your atheism.
Well, hang on. This goes into what I'm saying, though. Y'all gotta let me finish in order to get the whole message before it just cut me off. Otherwise, it's so much. I'm getting confused because you are.
Carry on.
Okay, so anyway. Yeah, sure. Pretty much had a revelation of Jesus' crucifixion, and I didn't read the Bible that much. It was so detailed. It was just as real as me talking to you guys, or where I'm at now, or even more realistic. And I got called to ministry in the revelation, blah, 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 blah. Just keeping it short. Went back to the Bible to see if it was factual, and looked at the history accounts to it and everything lined up. And that's how I didn't just come up that it was just all in my head. That's how I came to it was a literal thing. Also, personal experiences where I prayed for something that is almost ultimately impossible. And that and I feel like personally that since I prayed and everything, that God answered my prayers and all that stuff.
Okay.
Personal experience.
Okay. So, have you finished?
Yeah, I'm finished. You go ahead.
Okay, good. No, I just didn't want to answer it. Okay, so what you said is you've had personal intervention with God, yeah?
Sure.
You spoke to. What did he look like?
I didn't see God.
Okay, that's fine. So you didn't see him. Did you hear his voice?
Yes.
Okay. And it was just a voice. I'm not expecting you to describe a voice, but it was a voice, right?
Sure.
It was a dude.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a dude? Was it a girl? I don't know. I don't know.
No, actually, if you just what I did.
Well, I know. I'm just going on. I just want your opinion. I don't want to Google what God sounds like. I just want your opinion.
No, I am. Okay. All I'm saying.
So it was just a voice, right?
Yeah, but what I actually saw was there was a person standing in front of me, but I couldn't see the face because there was such a bright light behind him, and simply said, "It has to do with the revelation I had and everything." But also that what he said to me was that I didn't recognize who he was.
Yeah, that's fine. We don't care about that shit. What did he say?
He spoke English, right?
Apparently.
Yeah, to me, yeah. Although I'm talking about.
Well, but that's because that's all he understands. He doesn't speak any other language.
Can you guys let him finish, please?
Shut up, Jim. So what exactly did he say in English?
You're not the only one that hasn't recognized me, but do you have the ability to show the people who I am?
And is that it?
That's it.
So then what was your take on that then? Did you feel the need to be a preacher or to say
no, because at first I was skeptical. I didn't know if it was legit or not. I thought it was just in my head, and so what I did is I tried to find out.
Well, how would you know it's not in your head?
Well, this is how I did.
Hunter, excuse me, but then you would need a second answer to the first. You would have to have a reconfirmation, correct?
Exactly, and that's actually where I was going with that.
Okay.
So pretty much
Did you get one?
Yes.
From who?
He's going there
the Bible.
right now.
I already said it. The Bible. I went back to the Bible and historical accounts of Jesus Christ, and
but that's not a reconfirmation. That's you reading the Bible.
No, it is actually, because what I didn't read the Bible that much when this happened. So what I did is I went back to the Bible to see if it lined up to what I saw. And I didn't read the Bible. So there was no way that this could be just planted in my head. There was no way that I could have just known this. I had to, either it had to have been given to me.
Okay, can I ask you a question, Hunter? Do you believe in ghosts? No, this is a serious question. Do you believe in ghosts? Like, who ghosts?
I don't know.
Okay, so what if I told you I've seen a ghost, right?
Okay.
And then you say to me, well, I think that's bullshit, right? Which I would expect, because I don't know many people who've seen one, right? Now, I explain this to you, and I believe this to be the case, right? Mm-hmm. I can honestly say I believe it to be the case. How am I supposed to convince any other human being, literally, right, that I've seen a ghost? Other than witness testimony of myself and my friend who is now sadly departed from this planet. But but the point is, even if what I experienced was true to me, right? Mm-hmm. The problem is I can't give another human being the experience. So you have to understand that another human being will by default be skeptical of what you're saying, regardless of how sincere you are, dude. They will be skeptical. Now, why is that?
Lack of evidence.
Yes.
Which I agree. But what I was going to answer to you was, you don't have to prove to anybody that.
No, you do. That's the entire. No, you do. That's the entire point.
Why?
It doesn't matter, because in order for another human being to literally say, "Okay, I accept this as true," would require evidence that is without bias. No, because look, dude, I've just told you. Hold on. I've just told you an experience I've had. Right?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though.
Hold on, dude. Relax. I'll let you speak. Don't worry. You've just been speaking for 20 minutes, for fuck's sake. Chill.
Well, because you kept interrupting.
Well, because you wouldn't shut up. You took too long. Anyway, point being is, I'll be quick as possible.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is, right, if I was to say to Sydney or anybody in the room, I've seen a ghost, they would be like, whatever, right? They can have an opinion on that shit. Now, they understand what a ghost is, right? Because we understand the concept of a ghost. It's a, fucking whatever it is, right? So we know what the ghost is. But in order for someone to actually go, okay, now I fully understand it, they need to experience it. Now, what I'm saying is, regardless of what your experience is true or not, the default position of another human being would be skepticism.
Right.
It's just
I agree with that. I know, I agree with that. But here's my thing, though. You're saying that I have to give evidence for you to believe.
No, I'm not saying you have to give anything. I'm just saying is you have to recognize that another human being won't take your evidence or your witness testimony as sufficient enough to persuade them to accept that was the case. I'm not saying it's true or not. I'm just saying is you have to convince them.
Yeah,
and the only way you convince them is by them actually experiencing that shit themselves. And
right, but here's the thing. There's a reason why it's called. There's a reason why it's called personal experience, because it's personal between you and.
I'm not saying that's not the case, but I'm saying is when you're trying to convince other people.
I'm not trying to convince anybody. You asked me a question. I gave you what happened to me. Okay. So what I'm trying to say. Well, hang on. What I'm trying to say is that's what happened to me, and that's what convinced me. I don't care if it convinces you or not. I don't care if anybody's skeptical, right? Because that's not what's going to convince anybody, unless they have their own personal experience. They can accept it if they want to. They don't have to. It doesn't matter.
I know.
Okay, can I ask? Let me just ask Hunter.
Yeah, go ahead,
Bunto, fix your microphone, dude. It's like crackling like a motherfucker.
Oh, shoot. I got to come back in and out. Okay, I'll come back.
No, you sound good.
No, it was crackling. Go on, Bunto, fuck's sake.
Okay, Hunter, could we invent a machine that can detect God?
You don't have to answer that. That's a fallacy.
No, that's a very good question. Could we invent a machine to detect God?
Fallacious, Bunto.
I don't think so.
It's
okay, you know why? Okay, why do you think we can't invent a machine that has no bias to detect a supernatural agency that interacts with our reality?
Because
it's piss.
Wait, ask that question one more time. I'm sorry. I'm trying to comprehend it.
Okay, you say you want to provide evidence to the fellow human being, right? That's what Stuy's point is. But the thing is, it's not that. You're right. It is a personal experience. But the thing is, to establish what is real in our reality, we use two things: science and method.
Well, I would say method than science. The opposite.
Science and method. So the thing is, if we could invent a machine that can detect God, this question would be settled, because that would be something without bias that could detect an actual force or something, an entity that interacts with our reality. That's the whole cream of the jest with theism. There's nothing that we've ever established, within our universe that can detect this assertion that theist puts forth.
What Hunt's proposing is an orgasm. People have different types of orgasms, right? We know what an orgasm is, right? We know the experience, but we don't know the level of the experience of said orgasm. And what Hunt is saying is, I had an orgasm. And everyone's like, good for you. because it's not new. Hunter is not the first person to say they've been revered by God. Now, you know, I'm not trying to take away from you, Hunter, that you had this experience. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that in the slightest. But what I'm saying is, in order to convince people like Bunto, myself, and Sydney, and the other people in the room who were skeptical, to say the least, you need to say, well, I wouldn't say you need to provide evidence, but what the problem is that you cannot provide evidence. You are fucked from the get-go. No, it wouldn't help, but you're fucked from the get-go.
No, I'm saying it would help if I had evidence.
Well, I don't think it would. I don't think it would. I think the evidence, if you're saying it's personal, then it wouldn't be personal to us.
Well, let me
we could interpret it. We could interpret it our own personal.
Let me cut the chase real quick. Hunter,
Jesus.
Hunter, do you feel that a special revelation makes you something that is elect?
No, because anybody can have a revelation and totally just blow it away as nothing.
Well, what about people who don't have it? Are they any less?
No, not at all.
So then
you don't have that.
What makes you want to be a Christian? What made you decide to be a Christian? Why not a Hindu? Why not a Muslim? Why Christianity?
Because of my studies and my personal experience.
Yeah,
okay. So because
it's not my environment.
Oh, okay. So let's say that you wasn't white and American, but you was
in the environment.
Hold on a second, Jim. Fuck's sake. Let's say you was in Pakistan or I don't know, some other fucking country, right? And you had the same interaction with your personal belief, and you happen to be a Hindu or some shit. I don't fucking know. Sure. Would you say that is still as valid as your interpretation of what you felt or witnessed that day? Would you say that other people's is valid? Or would you say that yours is more valid because of Christianity?
No, what I'm saying is that, I mean, first of all, it doesn't matter where you're at in the world or what your form of belief is.
It kind of does.
No, I can tell you. Do you know who Rabbi Zacharias is?
No, but it kind of does.
Okay, well, here's the thing. He was a Hindu before, and now he's a Christian. He was born in India, and now he's a Christian. He is one of the greatest... You keep
using Christians as the go-to. I'm not asking you about people who
No, I know, but you're talking about you're using the... what's it called?
I'm just asking you a question, dude. If you live somewhere else and you had the same experience, would you use Christianity? It's very simple. It's not a trick question.
I mean,
the simple answer is yes or fucking no. I just want to know which one it is.
Okay, yes. I'll just say
yes. So
you
would still use Christianity even though you was in Hinduism?
Yep.
How? If you've never read the Bible. If you've never read the Bible, how could you possibly be a Christian?
Okay, well, I'm trying to answer. Like I said, through my research, and then after the revelation I had, I never read the Bible before anyways. Okay, so what I did is I looked to what was the closest answer to what I saw, and it was and everything lined up perfectly with what the Bible said.
Yeah, but that's because you played drums in a Christian church.
Like I said, I've never been exposed to the crucifixion in detail like it was in my revelation or what it says in the Bible.
No, hold on. You said you just weren't exposed, but in the same breath, you said you played drums in a church.
Right. That doesn't mean that they...
No, hold on a minute. How more exposed can you put... No, Hunter, listen to what I'm explaining.
No, listen to what I'm saying. That does not mean that they teach you...
Hunter,
dude,
listen. Just listen. Stop
Hang
on. Look, dude, I know you're an angry little Christian, but just listen. I'm trying to explain the chronological
you need to be cut off for a second.
Jim, you need to shut the fuck up and stop trying to tell everybody how to speak when I'm trying to... No, Jim, shut the fuck up, okay? No, Jim, you need to... Jim, don't fucking dick with me, okay? I know you like to be nice, but don't fucking play games, Jim. I'm trying to ask him questions. All right, I'm sorry.
I'm not answering any more questions if you're going to be like this. I'm sorry. You're not letting me.
I was talking to Jim at this point.
I'm talking to you.
Room shit.
Oh no, Sai, it's you.
Let's play cricket, shall we?
Yes, please. You can go first, Hunter.
What I was saying is, just because I went to a Christian church does not mean that they teach you. They did not teach me specifically what happened during the crucifixion. They gave sermons like about stuff or whatever, but they never have given in the church that I was going to ever in its history of the detailed crucifixion that was presented. The only way anybody could ever do that in the details that I was presented to is by reading the Bible yourself, word for word. They do not do that.
But that wasn't my point of the question that I asked.
I know, but you're saying that I was exposed to it because you said I played drums in the church. I was not exposed to the kind of detail I was in my revelation in my church.
No, that's what I still don't think that you've answered the atheism question yet.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you said to us, if I'm not mistaken, you can correct me here if you want to, Hunter. You said that you was an atheist, if I'm not mistaken. Like I said, you can correct me. And you was playing drums when, we asked you about how you came to be an atheist. And you said the first time was that you played drums and the guy in the church posed a question to you. And you didn't become an atheist at that time. But I didn't become a
Christian at the time.
Yeah, Christian, sorry. But that question obviously weighed heavy on your mind and you went and looked at it further on. So from A to B, the B is that you were in a situation in a Christian doctrine or you would never come across that question, correct?
Right. Well, he's saying you're influenced.
Yeah, no, actually, I wouldn't say that he pondered the question whether I could be wrong or not. That's what he did for me.
But that's what evangelicals do. That's called preaching.
But
they make you question.
That's Darwin's Deity 101.
Yeah, they make you question yourself. That's the entire point of indoctrination. You want to be you said you read philosophy books, you've read mathematician books. You should understand propaganda. I suggest you read that next because the biggest tool in religion is propaganda. The whole entire point is to question your own reality and make you subservient to God, which means that other people can manipulate you.
You're filling in the gaps a lot with your own interpretation of it, though. That's the problem.
No, that's actually the way it is.
Maybe the way you see it, but that's not how it is for everybody. You're filling in the gaps for me when it's not even your personal. Huh?
What gaps are you trying to make me say?
You're saying that was my influence on it when you actually didn't let me tell you in the long story that I've actually, before I became a Christian, I looked into Mormonism, Islam, Jehovah's Witnesses, Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism, and there was
So you always believed in a God, right?
Exactly. So then when did you become an atheist? I think you never was an atheist. I think you're just lying at this point.
I'm still not convinced that he was an atheist either.
Yeah, I don't think he was an atheist.
Did you not hear what I said? Did you not hear what I said before I even went to the church? I couldn't stand Christianity or any religion. I made fun of.
So then why look it up? Why did you look it up?
Because I did my research.
Why did you look up God if you don't believe in the concept of God?
There's either two possibilities. There is a God or there isn't a God.
And why did you look up that there is one?
Because the objection of atheism is that there's a lack of evidence.
That's got nothing to do with what you just said.
Is that not true?
No, you're using that as a posit. No, it's a posit. You only form that if you're a Christian or a theist. You don't form that if you're an atheist. Why would you have that position if you're an atheist? Why would you have that position if you're an atheist?
Sydney, would you redirect that question, please?
I'm having the same sort of a problem that Stiles was having. He's talking about Judaism and Buddhism and Muslim and this, that, and the other. But I haven't heard anything atheist about anything other than the fact that he's questioning the theism. He's never spoken about, for sure, like there definitely cannot be a God because that doesn't make sense to me or anything like that. He's never mentioned that. And that, to me, is the essence of the atheist, of why you're an atheist, is because you thought about it, you've come to the understanding that it's one or the other. It's either reality or it's fairy tales. It's either reality or it's fairy tales. And because
you would have to have
reality, it's got to be reality.
Either way is what you're saying.
Well, you can't have his cake and eat it.
I was saying something, but you were asking me a question at the same time. So what's your question?
Sorry, Sydney.
No, Jim was asking.
Go on, Jim. Jim?
Yeah, does he have the same burden of justification?
Of what?
All I want to know is the atheist. I know he's atheist towards Muslims, and I know he's atheist towards Buddhists, and I know he's atheist towards Hindus. Okay, I got that. And he's obviously only theist towards the Christian God. But when he was, but that shows me that he always believes that there was some kind of a God, some kind of a supernatural, some kind of a creator.
Exactly.
Which means he was never an atheist.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was always a believer who pretended he was an atheist. Because why would you look for God if he was an atheist? That makes no sense.
What are you supposed to look for if it doesn't exist?
Nothing.
Nothing. Carry on with your life.
Exactly.
There's no reason to.
Do crossword puzzles or something.
No, but here's the thing, though.
Exactly, Sydney. Go play Dota 2 for fuck's sake, like me. There's no reason. There's no reason at all.
Play.
High five, Sydney.
Okay. So what comes down to is Hunter has a calling, and he has a special revelation.
Well, that's what he believes, and that's
right.
That's fine. But
hang on a second. Hang on. Wait.
Let Jim get it out.
Yeah, go on, Hunter.
Okay, if you're an atheist, what evidence do you have that atheism is true?
Right.
An atheist doesn't require evidence of a position.
Right.
No, but it doesn't require. What you say? No, hold on, Hunter. Hold on one second, dude. No, shut up, Jim. Shut up. Let me explain this. Fucking shut up, Jim. I agree, right? But what you need to understand is an atheist doesn't require evidence because an atheist isn't claiming the universe was created by God.
Right.
A theist does say the universe by God, which has no evidence other than I read it in the Bible or personal revelation. Now, none of us can experience the same personal revelation, right? So, therefore, we have to rely on Scripture. And the Scripture ain't that good, my friend.
Okay, who's the burden of proof put on?
You.
Exactly. I agree.
And you can't prove it, so good luck. If you can, you could probably win a Nobel Prize.
When did you come to the realization that God was? Sorry.
I cannot get. Y'all are not letting me finish anything.
I know it's ridiculous, Hunter. I'm sorry.
It's finished. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you had more to say.
Yeah, well, just be patient, would you?
Good Lord.
Yes, Jim.
Okay, so what I was saying, the burden of proof, I believe that is on the Christian. Now, I'm not saying that therefore I'm proving it or anything. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that atheism believes evidence. So what do you look for if it's not true? Evidence. And what do you look for if there is a God? Sorry, theistic evolution. I'm a theistic evolutionist, by the way. You have to look for what is true, and therefore you have to look for the theist arguments on what's true. If there's nothing for atheism, then the only best way to go is if does theism hold any plausible logical explanations for things, which is why I go with all of these theist arguments and everything. You see where I'm getting at?
No, you're searching for a God. You're searching for the God that you know is there, but you've decided.
Wait, start over. Say that again. I'm sorry.
Go on, Sydney.
I say you
start over. Say that again.
You're searching for a God that you know is there, but don't quite know where he is hiding. It's like hide and seek, and you found him. In
no, I wouldn't say that I know. I
like that analogy.
It makes sense.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that I'm looking for a God that I know is there, because if I knew he was there, I wouldn't have to look for him.
Yeah, but you did look for him.
Well, you did look for him in Buddhism. You looked for him in Islam. You looked for him in Hinduism. You rejected all of those. All of those are theisms.
The question was based on a rejection.
You're an atheist when it comes to.
Shut up, Jim.
You're an atheist when it comes to Islam. You're an atheist when it comes to Hinduism. You're an atheist when it comes to Buddhism. You're an atheist when it comes to Judaism. So we're just one God away. That's it.
Yeah, I want to know what makes them other religions wrong. I mean, you said you read history books, right? When, if you did read history books, you would know that there's plenty of religions that were written way before the Bible. What makes you so confident on? I know you like the word historicity. Did you say before you coined that phrase, historicity, or whatever the fuck it is? Where it's like historicity. Yeah, like people like to use that like other people are stupid. right?
No.
Well, can I? No. I just want to explain the definition of the word. What that word means is that I'm going to take a specific point of view, of historical point of view, based on ideology. That's literally the definition of that word.
It's based on evidence.
It's based on ignorance of evidence. Because if you're telling me that you can accept that the Bible is the only book and the true God of the planet is based on your opinion, basically, then all other religions who came way before and in fact gave you the ability to actually write them stupid books in the first place.
Listen, they were the Vedic and the
I don't
Brahmins
know,
and
like
all
the
the kind of shit.
Mesopotamians, right? Like the Mesopotamians. Then that's kind of ironic. In fact, it's kind of insulting to other people's religions. They came, yeah, exactly. They came before Christianity, like 2, 3, 4,000 years before Christianity, and you're telling me that they've got no input on this entire global phenomenon called God? They got it wrong based on your fucking assumptions of what? Because it's a white guy who isn't technically white, right? I mean, it's ridiculous. You've basically said this is my God because it fits my paradigm, right? That's what you just said, which makes no sense.
I mean, if that's how you want to take it.
No, that's literally called religion. That's exactly how it is.
When I get
that's why people blow themselves up, my good friend.
When I get a chance to ask a question, is it okay?
No.
With you?
No, of course you can.
Hey, Hunter, I want to, first of all, congratulate you. I don't know how big of a deal it is to the other people, but I think it's a big deal that Steve put you as a moderator in the great debate community.
No one cares about fucking Steve, Jim. Shut up.
No,
don't be such a fucking scuss.
Shut up.
I just said no one cares because he's
I was leading up to a question.
Oh, get him.
Can you guys?
Fine.
This is, and Hunter's proving his point about
King's Die, huh?
Just shut up, Jim. Get on with it.
Yeah, thank you. Once again. So, Hunter, at your age, and having to go through, like, you know, like an actual atheist experience where you said to yourself, you know what, I need to justify my answers. And you did a revelation search, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you did. It resonated with you, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can't base it on science, but you can base it on a personal revelation, right?
Well, I mean, we can base a little bit of it on science. We can't. This is
a little bit.
No, you can't. Don't do that.
A little bit. It's my turn.
I'm just saying, don't base it on science, or I'll start. This is Jim. Jim,
oh my God,
I'm gonna let you finish.
I've been so patient with you, Steinberg. I've been so patient.
Stop sounding like a fucking bitch.
Silence for a minute. Give other people a chance to talk.
Who's speaking next?
Jim.
Okay.
I'm trying to finish the thing, but
everybody but Steinberg has a chance to speak.
Okay, so when you have personal revelation, you know, when you were an atheist, how did you feel like you felt going from an atheist aspect to like, wow, I got revelation? That is my question.
You mean like, how did I feel from going from like being an atheist to realizing,
yeah, that must have been a huge contrast.
It was really heartbreaking because it was like my whole way of life, as you can say, was completely just destroyed. It seemed like it was just like, holy crap. Like, I mean, I lost friends for it. I lost family for it and everything. Like, it wasn't the
hush.
But it was kind of heartbreaking, to be honest. Like overall, it was just like, from my personal thing, I had the idea that, you know, coming from being a Christian now, I was wrong. You know, that's just me. I'm not trying to like attack anybody. I don't want anybody thinking that.
My follow-up question would be, and I'm not going to persecute you because of your age, but do you felt like that you had just learned a lot of this stuff and didn't realize what you were getting into?
No, I had no idea what I was getting myself into.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your honesty. I appreciate that. I yield the floor.
Okay, let's ask some serious questions. Yeah, hold your breath, Hunter. It's going to be a long show.
Hunter's gone.
No, I'm still here.
No, he's still there, man. He's still there.
You want me? I'm still holding my breath.
The one thing I will say about your hunt. No, I didn't say Hunter.
No, sorry, Bunto, I said.
Oh, fuck Bunto. No one cares if Bunto's gone. It's fucking weirdo anyway. He's a fucking sexual narcissist. Anyway, Hunter, my good friend. So, explain to me this whole philosophy, like your research. Like, what happened in your experience that made you think of a white guy with a beard?
Well, I never thought of a white guy with a beard. So,
but that's the point. Is like. Your revelation was you couldn't see some shit with a shiny person, right? Or there was, a shiny thing, and that was your revelation. Am I mistaken there? That's what you said last time. Don't fucking ignore Bulldog. He's a troll. Don't need to answer.
I did it anyways. I don't care. Oh, I wanted to tell you real quick, just to show y'all, I'm not a complete idiot. I'm a theistic evolutionist.
Okay, I will say this.
Hunter.
Well, he did get that like 4.5 billion years. Now, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into the how do you explain evolution because that's probably where he's taking it on that role, right?
Well, I mean, if you say anything about
evolutionist, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Fuck, that makes absolutely no sense to me.
It doesn't make sense that he's a theist anyway. So let's.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
It means you believe that. It means that you believe that God created everything.
Created evolution. Yes.
Well, and it created everything using evolution, pretty much.
How could he have done that when we know how it was all created with the heat?
And that's his answer right there in a nutshell. He's saying God did that.
No, okay, look. So
from the very beginning.
No, well, you can't be. Okay, you can't be.
You can't say that at all.
You can't say.
If anything,
no, you can't.
Give me a chance for a minute. I have a question for Hunter. Tell me, if you believe in evolution. Do you know that all that is copy and paste of DNA? Do you call that creation?
What?
You mean do I know that that's created?
You know what evolution is?
Yeah, chance or nature.
Shut up! Shut up! I want to hear Leo's questions. Go on, Leo. Leo,
wait,
troll.
Okay, say that.
Leo answer.
Well, I have a question for you. Okay, you realize evolution is a concept where you have DNA simply copying and seeing what survives. So if you call copy and paste creation.
I love that.
Wait, do you know what creation is?
No, he's just actually.
I know what creation is. I simply know creation doesn't require God. We create too, so I'm not sure why you believe this. I don't understand.
Right. No, creation means simply created, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
we weren't created, we evolved. So my point is,
hold on. You was right, Neo. Don't succumb to his weird self.
I won't. Yeah, I have that question. I didn't get the first question answered. So my question again is, since we know we evolved, why do you think that we were created?
Because I were created through evolution by God.
Okay, with that.
Well, let
him know. Let Neo carry on.
Hunter, my question again, which has not been answered. Do you believe that copy and paste of DNA is a kind of creation?
I mean, when you say copy and paste of DNA, are you talking about how we get DNA from
the way evolution? Okay, the way evolution actually works. Take a copy of DNA and you copy it over and over again and see what survives.
Copy and paste.
That's called copy and paste. Do you call that creation, or do you simply call that plagiarism?
No, I wouldn't call that creation.
Sorry.
What I mean by creation is that at the starting point, the very starting point of everything, God did it.
Well, that's an answer to say, well, I don't know, so God did it. My point is,
no.
I understand the concept
of God
created.
Shut up, Lens.
No, the question is, if something was created, okay, assume automatically something was created by God when we can create things too. That's my question. My next question.
Through the evidence that.
What evidence?
Yeah.
Okay, so pretty much we all agree that the universe began at 13.8 billion years, correct?
Whatever billion.
No, we can agree that's the best.
That would signify we agree with the Big Bang.
No, shut up, Jim. That's the best we can.
Let Hunter answer the question.
Don't blame me, dude. I'm just saying that's the best we can assume.
Don't say anything and shut up and let Hunter answer the question.
Let the conversation flow, Sty, please.
Why is everybody picking on me?
Because you're the one who's always nitpicking. You're like a woodpecker.
You need to be shut up.
Yeah, stop. Mute.
He asked the question.
Mute and talk as much as you like, but mute.
All right, I'll mute myself and talk to myself.
There you go, Adam.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so what was? Okay, so we all agreed that the universe, or I'm sorry, the best plausible answers through scientific evidence is that the universe began 13.8 billion years, as the Big Bang model shows. Correct.
Correct.
Okay.
We'll go with that. It's not like, that's not precise, but we'll go with that and say we agree with that.
That's the basic of it.
Right. Given, yes.
Okay. Well, okay. So what is the universe? All time, space, and matter. Correct.
We don't know that yet, but yeah, let's assume that. We'll take that also.
Yeah,
the definition of the definition of universe literally is all time, space, and matter. Nothing. All time, space, and matter came into existence 13.8 billion years through the Big Bang and through the evolution of the universe and everything.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Nope.
Okay, somebody said no. So which one is it?
No, let me answer from anybody else. I want your answer first. Keep going.
Okay, well, so it follows logically that if the universe is all time, space, and matter, and that 13.8 years ago, that's when it came into existence, then time, space, and matter did not exist before the Big Bang. Do you see how that follows?
No. Well, that's a current theory, correct. It's a scientific theory that hasn't actually been, we can't look past what existed before we were created because we're part of the creation. So that's not
right.
The farther more technology. But
the farthest we can look is a trillionth of a trillionth of a trillionth of a trillionth of a second towards the Big Bang. This has been
it's 16. It's 16 to the power of 3.
Hey, why don't you mute yourself? Let him talk.
Listen, if I want someone to say something, I want it to be correct. Fuck off.
You too. Okay, continue, Hunter.
Okay, so pretty much, if all time, space, and matter came in, it came in 13.8 billion years, then we can plausibly conclude for now that there was no time, space, and matter before that.
Correct. Well, I agree with that. Go ahead.
Okay, so anyways, so this is the definition of God: timeless, spaceless, immaterial.
That's the definition of a universe and how it was created. What you're saying before it was created.
No. The definition of the Judeo-Christian God is timeless, spaceless, immaterial, all-powerful. Okay, so all-powerful.
But go ahead.
I hate. Who's this Neil guy? You sound like someone off fucking. What's that TV show called? Fucking Stupid Dad. Can you just shut up and stop being so fucking like pretentious, please? I mean, I'm Scouse. You've done more pretentious. No, I just wish you would shut up and stop going like you're some like creepy ass motherfucker in the bushes. Shut up.
I'm listening to him.
Ask him a question then.
Over talking him. Shut up for a minute.
No, that's interesting. Ask him a question.
He's already
stated things that are untrue.
Let him finish first. I have some questions later. Let him finish first. We're not going to get to that if you keep interrupting. So just shut for right now.
You shouldn't let him continue with false shit. You should correct them instead of taking the piss out of him.
I'm not correcting him yet. I'm still listening to what he has to say.
Moderator, please, moderator.
I just think it's unfair to let him make unclarified statements and then you take the piss out of them afterwards. I think that's unfair. I think you should educate the poor kid. But okay.
I'll educate you later. For right now, Hunter, again, my question to you is, what I don't understand is you're saying to me this time, space, whatever, that's just simply attributes relate to God.
Okay. So from the Judeo-Christian God is we know for it to be timeless, spaceless, immaterial. It doesn't have a beginning or end. It doesn't have any form.
Before we start, we said that it has a beginning. We're confusing things here. Say again. Does the universe have a beginning or not?
13.8 billion years ago.
That's the universe. That's not the same thing.
Right. Okay, that's beginning. No. It began 13.8 billion years ago.
So what we know, the only thing we currently know is that amount of time ago, we know that something expanded. That's where the Big Bang. So we don't know if it actually, started up. We just think so from believing that. But, a pendulum goes back and forth. We don't know if it ever started. We sure can think it did. But how do we know we don't see the pendulum going back and forth one instance? And that's the part of the actual universe currently now expanding.
Right. So if you see something, like for instance, the theory is that it came from singularity, correct?
Yeah, because but it's a theory.
Do you know what a scientific theory is?
Yeah. Yes.
Define theory for me.
No, trust me. We know what one is.
There's a difference between scientific theory and theory. We're not going to get into that kind of complicated stuff. Because if we do that, define faith, and that has no proof, so we can't even go there. So let's just start again with the question I have, which is, so you're starting out by saying that the universe has a beginning, and right now, according to the facts, we don't even know yet.
Exactly.
So again, continue with your explanation.
Okay, so
I'm sorry, Neil, for interrupting. Sorry.
All right, so what logically follows, I wouldn't say conclude, because in science, nothing is 100% true.
Thank you.
Correct?
Thank you, yes.
Right. So what I'll say, what logically follows is that since the universe began 13.8 billion years ago, of all time, space, and matter, before that was, anything before that would have to be timeless, spaces, and material. Now, whatever caused the universe would have to be very powerful. I wouldn't say all powerful. I'll say very powerful in order to create something as much energy that is inside the universe.
I think that's one thing. Hush for a minute. Don't you simply see what I look at in simplicity? Not necessarily true, but the way I see it.
High five.
I'm making a theory here. Shut up for a minute. Okay, so that we exist. Okay, our existence is the cause of the universe. And we're the cause of the universe because we're part of it. What do you say to that?
How do we cause the universe when we didn't come into existence until 200,000 years ago?
Consciousness.
Because we exist.
Yeah, because
I'm bringing up a theory. So my question again is, why can
a hypothetical theory, right? Not a scientific.
Well, it has actually evidence. Yours doesn't. So continue.
Okay.
I know where Neo's going with this.
What I'm trying to get to, listening right now for you to even give me one piece of evidence to show even a hint that a God could even, he could maybe, but that's my real question. I mean, I don't
wait.
But go ahead.
Well, that's fine. That's
before you speak, Hunter, I'm going to rudely interrupt. Can I just ask you, Neo? Because I have seriously, this is a random, valid interruption. Neo, can I just ask you an atheist by any chance?
Actually, I consider myself to be a realist, not an atheist.
Oh no, I didn't say atheist. I said atheist.
A what?
Atheist.
What's that?
Someone who doesn't accept God as coherent.
I suppose. I just know God doesn't exist. I can prove it.
Well, I wouldn't say. Well, okay, whatever. We'll differ on that. I get back to that. Hunter, continue. I'm sorry. We'll get back to that, Neo. I would like to question that a little bit.
Okay, go ahead. I mean, when we have time, let him finish first.
Yeah. Okay. Hunter, I
apologize. Well, hang on. Hey, actually, just give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sorry.
Do you mind if I question you slightly, Neo?
Sure, go ahead. We have time. He's giving us time. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, it is in reference to what his position was, because I think I'm agreeing with you and your line of thought. In no coherence, I would say that the concept of a God doesn't make any sense because I'm guessing he's going to use that non-time, non-space.
Yeah, he's talking about attribute instead of what he's really referring to as a God.
Yes.
Everybody has their own definition of a God is the real problem that we're having.
Yes, but
how can makes no sense and doesn't exist for this basic principle of logic, really. But go ahead.
No, that's exactly my point. How can you give a tribute to something that you're not aware of? He's not aware of non-time, right? And even if God does exist in non-temporal time, then how can God function in a reality which you're subject to? So how can you plausibly think the way this God would be in this concept that would exist outside of time? Because he would still be in time, because that's the only way your brain could understand what... function is. It makes no sense.
Right. Well, the reason it makes no sense is they can't. Because if you're not God and don't have that kind of enormous intelligence, whatever, how can you perceive about? So
yeah, how can you fathom it, right? I said this to Jim. I said that to Jim in our last hangout. I was trying to explain to Jim, if God is what people proclaim it to be, God is way more fucking interesting than you can possibly ever imagine. Like, not more possible. You could never imagine God at this point because God is so out of your remit. Could never fathom God. It would be impossible.
Exactly.
You can't even contemplate timeless. Timeless is an abstract thought. It's not something that is actually true. We've never experienced timelessness, so therefore it's abstract. So you're making me accept an abstract thought? Well, I can tell you about a painting I went to the museum and I fapped over. That's abstract. Did you get the same?
That's what I liked when you were talking before. But you gotta give other people a chance to talk, is what I'm simply trying to say. I like listening to you. You've got almost the same kind of ideas I do. I mean, kinds of thoughts or whatever.
Yeah, that's why I did that.
His script is well treaded on, and he's rehearsed it many times. Yes.
Me.
Hunter or Stein?
Me. It's just I know the arguments they present, and to be honest, right, they are sincere. And I have got no problem with sincerity. I don't. But when one says this is factual / how I should govern my existence, I'm sorry, but I have to put my foot down at that point and go, nope. It's just, look, I love science. I love physics. I grew up, as a young kid. I do the fucking atomic table.
If you like explain to me the quantum experiment, okay?
No, I can't. That's the point, right? I could explain what other people explain it. I mean, for me, I think the beauty of the universe, and I take this. You can take it any way you want, right? It's not meant to be. It's not meant to be inspirational, I think. But I see the universe as like a flower. Beauty of it is what one sees, right? The beauty in things. And I think if people look very deep into something, they can see whatever they want, just like a painting on a wall in a museum. So,
and that's the point, right? Go ahead.
Right. Like the beauty of it. And I think as an observer of my existence and other people's existence, I take the beauty in that. I don't require a god or some existential reason for the beauty of the universe.
I don't need an excuse to have someone else have a reason.
Yeah.
If something screws up, it's my fault. I can't give the blame.
Exactly right. It's just the way it is.
You present something like God or something, you may not consciously, but subconsciously, you are trying to maybe say, well, I'm not at fault. I can blame something else.
Yeah,
I see something, and I have a problem with that, really.
No, I do as well. I agree with that. I have a problem with the whole "it's not my fault" shit.
Well, it's your fault.
But that's the point, right? It's not my fault. It's the universe is deterministic and shit. Well, to give us free will, it's like, can you make up your fucking mind? So I don't. That's why I don't worry about. I don't judge people. I don't judge people on their shit. I don't like, obviously, when people harm other people. I think that's just whatever. I don't call it morals. I don't believe in objective morals. I think morals are subjective, but us as a society can understand what's in the best interest of the human race.
Okay,
we're not retarded.
Because there are objective moralities. But the problem is most people are only concerned about the subjective moralities, not the objective ones.
No, I think
ones are the ones that are not dealing with actual feelings, but let's say the reason you don't want to kill someone because you don't want to get killed yourself. It's kind of like a survival instinct, not a feeling.
Well, exactly right. That's
morality, but the rest of the crap people bring up with morality, that's all subjective.
Yeah, but that's because that's the emotion. I mean, we are beings, right? We're like, we just know what the fuck we're doing. And look, I can kill people. There's nothing stopping me killing the next door neighbor, right? But it's a stupid fucking idea because that means every other fucking neighbor can kill me. That's not the situation we want to find ourselves.
And that's the reason why I call that kind of morality, just to begin with, is an objective morality. Because I have a simple morality. Don't do unto others as you don't want done to you. It's that simple. I don't know why Christians and other people can't get it.
Yeah, but Christians will go, well, it's in the Bible, so therefore you have to believe all the other shit. Well, no, that's just common sense. That's common sense at that point.
Okay, it's a real manual for reality and morality. The only thing the Bible really is good for is an example of what immorality is.
Yeah. I don't agree with that.
Okay, are you done kissing each other? Are you guys done?
No, I hate Jim. Just because we agree on fucking shit don't mean we're kissing each other, okay? And even if we did, what's your problem, bitch? You got a problem? You got a problem? We're being homo instead of
No. No, but okay. Anyway, you know,
I want Hunter to come back and explain his theism.
You know, General Han Solo's here, so you know.
Well, he can explain his theism.
Yeah, he's here. I mean, and by the way, great job in Steve's room today. I listened to that till I got to the point where I realized the guy you were dealing with was an idiot, Mr. Solo.
Yeah, I feel bad for that guy.
Yeah, that was just an absolute train wreck.
Come on, give us the gossip. What happened?
Oh, it's not gossip. It's live. Like anyone can watch it.
Yeah, but what happened, General? Did you crucify some poor bastard?
It comes down to
no, it's more about educating, and I actually he started, like, I don't know how much you saw it, Jim, but near the end when we started going to astronomy, he questions that were he was genuine about it. That he was, I think deep down he knew he was wrong, and
what?
About his young Earth creationism, and
fucking hell. I'm not even gonna look at it. I was like,
and then this is a guy who's been around all the scientists that, I mean, General, to give him a little background.
Yeah, he's written a book. Well, he's compiled all the famous young Earth creationists like Russell Humphreys and all that. Something like 50 pieces of evidence for the young Earth or something, and so we were going through. Maybe we went through, I think, maybe 4 pieces of evidence. It took us 4 hours to.
Did you ask him about the speed of light, General?
Sorry?
Did you ask him about the speed of light?
No. It was more about him asking us to refute points. So he was the one who chose out of his book what to talk on. Yeah, I did want to go into the light, and
I was because I was speaking to Jungle Jog, and I had a discussion with Jungle Jog, and he's a young Earth creationist, and I said, okay, do you accept that the universe is 13.7 billion years old or whatever? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, okay, and then he was like, but the Earth span round. He said the Earth span round the sun 6,000. That's why we know the age of the universe. Not like, okay, I give up.
Wait, what?
Like, literally,
is that honestly what he said?
Yeah, Jungle Jogging said that. Like, I was being, I swear, you know me, I shout a lot, but I was being really nice, and I was like, okay.
You're never nice. That's a lie.
No, seriously, I was Rose Patton. Believe it or not, I was really chilled. Like I am now.
So his argument was the Earth's orbital speed around the sun
equals
the way we measure the age of the universe.
Yep. And I was just boggled by that because I was like,
that is so wrong.
That's the newest one I've heard.
Wow, I've never heard that argument.
It's on my channel, dude. You can go back and listen to it. I was perplexed. I was trying to just understand because he was talking about time, right? And I like the whole physics thing about time and the 4th dimension, which is obviously time and space, right? General, or special relativity, you should say. And I was trying to understand, like, if he thinks the Earth is 6,000 years old, I was trying to ask him, how do you measure a year, right? This was my point. And he was going, the rotation of the planet around the Earth. Or the rotation of the Earth around the sun. And I was like, how many rotations would that be then? And he was like, 6,000. And I was like, oh God. Do you know, I even asked him, I said, how many times do you see the sun in a week?
Oh my God, you're annoying.
Can you get the fuck out of here then?
No.
Because your voice is annoying. Okay, so I asked him that question. Yeah. I just couldn't understand.
Don't mute her, please.
Yeah,
well, I can kick her out if she wants.
No.
I do have mods. Do you want to get kicked out, Rose, or do you want to behave yourself?
I don't give a fuck.
Well, shit the fuck.
I think we should make a rule. Anybody that cusses gets kicked out. So you start.
Who is that?
Yeah.
Anyway, Jim.
That's fine.
So, Jim, did you see me talk about multi-diffusional models and how they got the maths wrong? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that, and I loved your graph, by the way, and the way you plugged in your formula. Yeah. And you came back and explained the box. That was brilliant. I love the way you came back around. You let it open for him to bite at, and he didn't bite at it, and then you just came back around and you said, you know what, here, let me clean it up.
Yeah. But Steve, I mean, Steve can't help himself. He has to always, like, get in there. Yeah.
Out for this guy to jump at, and he wasn't even smart enough to jump at it.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
They didn't, like, if I wasn't there, it would have just been words, because I at least was giving the visuals, I was sharing my screen.
Hunter's back. Hooray for Hunter. All right, Neo, wake up, dude. He's back.
I'm awake, sort of. What?
All right, Hunter's back. Come on, let's continue.
Yeah, I asked 2 questions. I haven't gotten an answer to either one of them yet. So.
Well, he's back now. He will answer. Well, pose them again, and now he's back.
He's still on mute mode, so I have no idea what he's doing.
Well, he muted himself. No one. There we go.
There we go.
Shut up.
What?
Shut up. The only person who should be closed. Can someone get this rat out the room, please?
Nice her, please.
I'll kick you, Rose. I swear to God, I'll kick you out if you don't behave yourself. Neo, ask your questions. No one cares what you think.
Well, nobody gives a fuck what you think either.
I'll just kick you out. I'm gonna warn you one more time.
Gosh. What if I walk into
first? Go first. If people just yell, go second. Okay, we'll make that rule next.
Neo, please just ask Hunter the questions that he was going to ask.
Okay, I'll start with Hunter again with question 1, which I have not gotten answered for. Do you believe that someone that copies and pastes DNA, which is what evolution is that any form of actual design / creation?
Only the way to, not in between or anything, if that's what beginning phase of it, I would say yes.
Right. Now, do you think also again that it requires a God to create them?
Personally, yes.
Good. Then your personal opinion is what I'm trying to get at.
Well, I mean, that's all I can tell you right now. If I was to go into that more, it may take a while.
Okay. Well, I'm just bringing up a I don't know, a thought, I guess, or something about it. Well, that's the way I'm looking at it. And then I know
your microphone is like really shitty.
Mine?
Yeah. You need to fix your mic.
Ooh.
Neo, it's you.
Yeah, Neo. Yeah.
Stop moving with your mic, dude.
Keep moving my mic. Okay. Got my mic into my laptop.
Yeah, you're moving while you're moving or some shit.
Yeah, it sounds like it's rubbing up against a beard or something.
Yeah, stop getting all Jesus on us and shit, Neo. Fucking Jesus beard. Shut up. I'll put you on a cross, bitch. Anyway, go on. I'm sorry.
Shut up.
Okay, so anyway, because the reason I bring this up for food for thought is my question is this. We create better by actually, applying good with the next subject and making things work. This so-called God doesn't do any of that stuff. He just says, or does in this case, he throws shit together and says, whatever survives, go for it. But he doesn't design by saying, well, okay, I see this works well, so we'll put this together and make something better. He's not a really creator. He's just somebody like a sandbox.
Yeah, but that's the argument Hunter puts out as he's saying, look, if you answers everything.
It isn't. We have rules. It's called chemistry and physics.
Yeah, but I don't think he will agree with that.
Hold on, Jim. Hold on, Jim.
No, he already said it earlier.
What? No, I want Hunter to speak what he's just asked him. Though.
And
I don't.
Speak when you shut up. So let Hunter speak.
Don't fucking blame me, bitch. I'm the one who's telling Jim to shut up.
Okay, little bitch, just shut up and let him talk.
Come on, Hunter, you dirty little hobo.
Oh my gosh, I don't even. What was the question again?
Do you like dicks?
No.
Stop changing the subject. Christian. Stop changing the subject. Okay. Simple question again. The one I guess I got an answer sort of at this point. The point I'm trying to make is, why would you think a superior being, meaning someone that's superior to everyone else, suddenly isn't doing a really good job of really doing any kind of real creation? Because I personally, again, my opinion, but actually it's true, that, hey, for me, a designer and a creator is somebody that actually thinks about what he's doing, not just throws shit together. I mean,
okay. Right. Okay. Well, okay. Hang on. Let me say something to that. Are you familiar with the laws of physics?
Some of it. I haven't had physics for about 30 years, so I can't.
Okay. Cool. So So could you have possibly have created the laws of physics yourself with the limited mind that you have? Okay. So what you're saying is that God messed up by creating a crappy universe that He did, but yet you think you could do a better job. But in other words,
said that either. Never said that.
That's what you're implying by what you're saying.
No, I'm not implying that at all. What I'm implying is I'm saying.
Out to it, you out right now.
Yeah, I know. Let him talk. I'm trying to talk to. What I'm trying to tell you is we have all a particular kind of perception. In general, we all know what an engineer is. Someone that actually creation. Okay. My point still is, yeah, there probably is a creator. Could be more than one. That's why I'm sure why you suddenly believe it's just one. And second, that creator, why you believe he's a god? Because to me, a god, unless you think of it different, is someone that's superior, especially to us. So if we're superior in our engineering and design, why do you call the creator God?
Well, for one thing, there's a lot of things that God. Yeah, first of all, there's a lot of things that God engineered that we cannot ever engineer.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah,
He's a rocket scientist to figure that out. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're kind of working on that as far as what we can and can't engineer. And I know we can engineer a computer, for instance, that God can't or hasn't shown us yet. We do a lot of things better than He is. That's the point.
He's
someone superior. He something better.
Can you give me an example?
Okay, Neoicon, can you engineer a sentient piece of software that utilizes the material environment, like the Matrix?
Again, people are not understanding my point.
Ooh.
Why are you calling the creator a god when he's not?
Your point of view is flawed. If there is a God, He already transcends the 10 dimensions of this universe, which means this universe is under the operation of, at the foundational level, the laws of mathematics, which then give rise to all the things we see in all the sciences. So can you create from ex nihilo what we see in this reality for a sentient AI program, and then the AI program utilized whatever material you create?
I'm listening to nonsense. I'm trying to make sense of it. Everybody shut up so I can even make some sense of the nonsense.
It's all binary.
Rose, shut up. It's not all binary. Rose, I love your fat, ugly ass, but please shut up.
What?
Just that.
Basically, I'll boil my question down.
Or get the fuck out.
I'll boil my question down to
binary.
Could we ever create?
Listen to him.
create a matrix-like simulation, like what we saw in the movies.
In the future, like in another million years, there's a possibility that we
Rose, shut up.
Oh my god.
talk to him.
Do you guys need some moderation?
Hang on a second. Hang on. Can we just, okay, General and Neo are talking right now, so can we just let them talk and everybody else be
well,
muted?
we're trying to do that, but Rose,
Okay, so who's
Rose, shut up. Let them talk.
General and who?
People are here. We have opinions. Can other people be asked
can you
about
just
their
fucking shoot
opinions?
this
about what
bitch
they're
up,
talking
please?
about?
Sydney, please.
Well, I just got here, so I'm just as in the dark as Rose.
Sydney, just mute Rose and let Neo and the other person speak, please.
Who? Okay, so who's
I'm
talking?
answering.
General.
Okay, I'm answering.
Neo.
Okay, so I'll leave everybody.
Shut up, Rose, you fucking retard.
Okay.
I swear to God, I'm the fucking moderator.
Steizel, please, Steizel, you're not the moderator. You're not the moderator, and
People wonder why I go here instead of listening to the drama on TV commercials. This is much more funnier than anything else.
The only people who should be speaking in the room right.
I love it.
Why are you talking?
Oh my gosh. Y'all are something else.
All right.
Who should be speaking?
General.
Will a shirtless body of Rose?
Oh my god.
Is I think in about 1 billion years, eventually, progress and accelerate in science and engineering. I think in about 1 million years or a couple of million years, an actual matrix. Yes.
1 million years from now?
Probably less, really, but I'm just thinking.
Are you sure that a civilization as advanced as us already could even survive the next?
Well, it might or might not, but the attitude would better be that we should, instead of some.
But when we
Sty, have you figured out yet with that me and General trying to talk and you keep?
Sty?
Whoever the moderator is in here should make a rule. Anybody that cusses gets out.
I think J. Jonah Jameson is going to be very angry if this can.
Yeah.
As you can see in this photo,
Sty, please mute your mic, dude.
Yeah, I believe that evolution is a very grand, absolutely ingenious method to bring about you and me.
I have no disagreement on that. I think it works. That wasn't the point.
I said ingenious. It's like it's just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't that just nature? Isn't evolution something like that's infinite? It's always evolution in one way or another. I mean, the universe itself is evolving.
Correct.
Yeah, but again, there's biological evolution.
No. Evolution is evolution, and you gotta just accept
it. You have to be very careful with what you mean by evolution, because Ken Owen makes that.
What I mean by evolution? Oh, well, that might be very, very difficult to explain. What are you talking about?
No, I meant you have to be careful with the terminology, because people like Ken Owen like to.
I didn't use a terminology.
Run with that
I use a word.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. Anyway, don't worry. It's a probably different issue.
Yeah, well, what word would you like to use instead of evolution?
If you're speaking about biological evolution, and then if you're going to compare it to quote unquote evolution of the universe, you have to be specific. What type of evolution of the universe? Are you speaking about stellar evolution?
Well, evolution of the universe started an infinite amount of time ago. It just so happens that the Big Bang itself happened at a particular point, and right. So that's where we can start measuring it from. However, that is an evolutionary process. That is an evolutionary process that in turn we find ourselves as in an evolutionary process. So the whole cosmos is an evolutionary evolution in progress. So I still would like to know how you crowbar creationism into that in any way at all.
So we'll just ask General Han Solo if he believes it's an intelligent design then.
What the fuck's that got to do with anything?
Well, General Han Solo can say what he wants to say because he has the floor.
Well, intelligent design arguments, I don't particularly hold to that movement because it's not falsifiable. I'm all for the scientific method. So so I create models to try and see the comparisons between, say, the scripture and what we see in science. I don't just go, because the intelligent design movement is literally God of the gaps. Oh, look, it looks designed, therefore God.
Yeah, okay, what's the problem?
That doesn't really...
Let him finish.
Let him talk.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, because then you fall into the trap of not actually doing like a scientific methodology of going, look, this is how it is designed, quote unquote, rather than just saying how to explain this complexity, therefore God. And that doesn't really work for me.
Good, then we're both in agreement on that, General.
No, but that's not the point of intelligent design, though. The intelligent design is you would require a being of our intelligence, or at least our extrapolation of intelligence, in order to create life, right? That's the point of intelligent design, which means God. God would need to be a being
No.
in order to get creativity.
I go by Henry Schaefer. Henry Schaefer is a computational quantum chemist. And he famously said, and this is my methodology as well. He says that his science leads to basically to investigate the hidden puzzles that make up the entire mosaic. And then each time when he finds a piece to fit the puzzle, he then concludes, oh, now I know how God did it. It's not. And then he says, "It's the joy in my science is to find the ways in which."
Yeah, but that's, I mean, anybody can say this.
God? Do you believe in God?
I believe in him. I'm a Christian.
Yeah, he accepts the concept of the God.
General. Is that general?
He just said yeah.
Is this Godless Girl?
No, it's Rose.
No. She the Rose is not as bad. Even though she used to be once upon a time, she's not as bad as that bitch.
Wait, are you Godless Girl or are you different?
No, she's not. No.
No.
Okay.
I'm not. No.
She
sounded
Rose
like
Patton used to be once upon a time.
I've been doing research for 16
Why do you have to speak for everybody? When somebody is asked a direct question, you have to answer it. Don't.
I
you
hired him to be your speech. The person you can hire to speak for you. Socialize.
Well,
What's
it's
that?
like for me. Sorry.
What's that called? Like when the public relations. Sty would be good as a job for public relations.
I used to have a job.
This is my client. I like him. I can vouch for him. He's a good guy.
I could make you buy your ex-wife. Give him enough time. Anyway,
are you a salesman, Sty?
I used to be, yeah. No. Once upon a time, I used to sell PPI claims.
He's like the devil, dude. He can't sell you sunshine.
Exactly. No, that's true. I mean, that's what. Well, people like to buy sunshine even though they don't fucking need it. Not my fault, dude. People buy crazy shit. Anyway.
Now, you guys should check out the debate I had with True Empiricism.
No, I want to ask you a question, General. Because,
I've heard of.
No, I'm just giving everyone a heads up on my YouTube channel. It's the latest video.
So, General, can I ask you a question as a Christian then? I mean, it's the same thing as the question to what Neil was asking. Can you explain as a Christian a timeless God?
A timeless God.
God.
No, hold on. This is the fundamental part of the Bible. What are you talking about? Don't laugh. It's true.
What did you say? A timeless God.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, well, I know. Rose, calm the fuck down. Let him answer.
This is the only dimension that even can.
Rose, we know. Let him answer. He's a Christian. Let him answer. I'm asking him,
so
can you explain a timeless God?
Yeah, I'll give you a graphic.
Using modern day physics. I don't want a graphic, dude. Seriously. I just want.
Yeah, I'm gonna. This
No,
is
you're
modern
gonna
day
get a
physics.
graphic. You're gonna get a graphic.
He's gonna give me a graphic of the universe or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see.
And then leave out the fact that he doesn't know what became before the universe.
Just wait. He hasn't even shown you anything yet.
Yeah, but I would like to speak while he finds his.
Can you guys just calm down and be mature for one? Honestly,
everybody's calm, General. You just want to see your.
No, I'm serious. I can't believe this constant. But like, can you guys see this?
Yeah, we can see it now, General. So what is that?
So here I argue the point that now in relation to your question about timelessness. So now this universe is at least 10 dimensions. So God, therefore, if he does exist, this being, if he's transcendent, then he can, in this scenario here, he can operate in at least 2 dimensions of time, which means
Zero 1 is the binary code, and on top of that, if you add that
Sydney,
it all adds back
can you just stop Sydney fucking on life for hours, bud? Can you just shut it up, please?
Okay, I'll be quiet. All right,
just stop.
Both of you.
So
come on,
at a moment in time, so here's the universe timeline. It's under the operation of thermodynamics. It's only one direction. Now, at a certain point in time, what Christians believe that Jesus, died on the cross. Now,
that's not the same time, though, right?
Just let him finish.
So, in theology, we speak about Jesus, past, present, and future, atoning for people's sins. And that can only make sense if he's simultaneously God, because at a perpendicular point in time, if he operates under at least 2 dimensions of time, he can literally atone for an infinite amount of timelines for an infinite amount of people. Now, that's just 2 dimensions of time. So now, and this is why the reason why I have this this photo, because this painting by Salvador Dali is to communicate the fact that if you unravel a 3-dimensional cube, it becomes a 2-dimensional cross. But if you unravel a 4-dimensional tesseract, meaning this is an object now that's transcending basically the visual perspective of the 3D that's around us.
God, no, that's on the Reformation. Do that.
Not start him in so I can listen to him, because the only thing I hear so far, he bases everything on the idea that God exists to begin with, everything built upon. Let him finish. Okay.
Yeah, so let me just finish on that. So I'm trying to make sense of thought experiment here. So here we have a being who obviously by definition has to be pretty complex if he's transcending 10 dimensions. So this is an analogy of the way he operates.
So when you have
now, I haven't finished. So then you can extend that to at least 3 dimensions of time, where now you're dealing with a non-Euclidean geometry of time.
Wow.
And so he can operate like on a 3-dimensional sphere alongside the universe. So therefore, whether you're an A theorist of time or a B theorist
of time. God, I had this discussion with Matt Bell.
Well, I'm a B theorist as far as the universe is concerned, but as far as this being is concerned, he's transcending B and A, which.
How do you explain that?
So, I just explained that to you, that we are in a B theory of time. We're not in an A theory of time.
Well, how can you be so sure about that? If we have that, we win one and not the other.
We are sure that we're in a B theory of time because of relativity. Relativity is used every day in GPS satellites.
I'm sorry, what is? What is used in GPS satellites?
I'm going to give you guys one more opportunity, otherwise I'm leaving this room.
Okay, who's bothering you?
Sorry, Hunter.
I'm literally giving you one more.
Gentlemen, before you leave, maybe we should talk against you on our own because we have a big mess here.
Yeah, like if Neoicon, if you want, you and Jim, if you want to have a discussion, I'm happy to have a discussion.
I'll create a hangout, right? I'll create a hangout if you want.
All right. If you want, let's go there to Jim's.
Okay, I'm gonna do that now then.
All right, someone tell me how to get there.
I can't hear General. I can't hear fucking what he's saying. Rose needs to shut up.
Okay.
Sorry, you don't shut up either.
Dude, because I'm telling someone to shut up doesn't mean I'm trying to interrupt. I'm telling Rose to shut up because I can't hear what fucking General's saying. Just because you're lagging behind me, I'm telling Rose to shut the fuck up. I can't hear what General's saying. I'm trying to listen.
Don't be an
You fucking idiot.
Calm down.
No, you just shouldn't join the room, Rose. We're trying to listen to somebody who's trying to explain.
I was invited in here, okay? So, sorry. Sorry. I was invited in here, so there's nothing I can do about it.
That's right. Sorry, Sly, but you had to go.
Good Lord.
Okay, so these guys have left my room because of that guy.
You finally cleaned house. Like, it took you 2 hours to do that.
I was walking my dog, and I'm sorry. I honestly, I thought he had control when I left the place, and
Oh, my God.
oh, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. Sorry, man.
Well, they're already gone now. So
They're
it
all
doesn't
gone.
matter.
Yeah. Oh well.
All right.
That's too bad.
Dude, that shit was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Well, I just wish Stizo hadn't fucked it up. That's all.
Yeah, you fuck up everything, Sydney. It's all right.
I mean, all he's got to do is mute his mic and say what he wants.
Who? Spy?
Yeah.
Who?
Sty. He's always like, if somebody's talking, you can be sure that Sty's going to be mumbling something every now and again, and it puts
Spy's
people
a
off.
fucking... Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's a habit that he has that he can break.
Yeah. Mm. He wants to talk as much as I do. It's like, okay.
So it's just as well that everybody cleared out and it's just you left.
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't hung out with you for a while. What's going on?
I know. I'm moving. I have to move.
Moving cities?
Countries. I got my bunker.
You got your bunker in...
Yeah.
Hello, Amy.
Oh, fuck.
Okay,
Hey, Amy.
you're moving where to a bunker in what country?
In the UK.
Oh, you've got a bunker in the UK.
Yeah, with Toasty.
Are you moving with Toasty, really? Oh, a bunker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I love
I thought you meant some kind of underground sort of nuclear-proof bunker.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So you're gonna like?
Yeah, me and Toasty.
You're gonna go.
We're
and
getting
get
married.
Toasty, eh? Getting married?
Yeah.
Oh no.
You can be my flower girl.
Well, how do you know that he's available?
No, you'll be my flower girl. No, he's available. I know he's available.
How do you know
What?
he's available? I don't think he's available. I think
I
he's.
know he's available.
I think
Shut
he's involved in a very serious relationship.
Oh,
Right,
that's none of
Amy?
your business. None of your business.
It's not. What is none of my business? I know what I know, and I'm allowed to share it with you.
Don't, Sydney. Toasty's my man.
Toasty.
Back
what's
away.
Toasty? I want to make sure we're talking about the right guy here. Toasty.
I think you have a crush on Toasty too.
Okay, there's only
Oh,
one
trust-
Toasty I know, but I don't want to get it wrong because if I get it wrong, then I'm going to feel embarrassed.
Toaster Grow.
The English dude.
420. Yeah, you know who he is.
That's nice.
Nobody's here. Amy, are you talking right now? Prophet, he's
I think
asleep.
she's
He's been
speechless.
asleep for 3 hours.
She just came in when you said that you're moving in with Toasty, and I think she
Yeah, in the bunker.
I think she
In the
fell.
bunker.
She fell, fainted, and hit her head.
Who did?
Amy. Because that's
Whoa.
the first I've ever heard of you getting in
What?
With you and that toaster grow, and you had any relationship or connection whatsoever. So where does this all come? Because I spoke to Toasty not that long ago.
I told you something I should have never let you know. Oh my God! Now I have to protect our love even more.
Yeah.
Oh,
this is good. You're good.
That's great, Sydney. Thanks. All right.
Yep. You see how good I am at forcing things out of people without even.
Well, you can't
without even that sort of what do you call it? That torture device with the waterboarding. I don't even have to use that. I just get it out of you, with using psyops.
Oh no, waterboarding. You don't have to do a CIA waterboarding type shit.
No, I can teach them how to just use the internet.
Yeah, that's right. That's it.
Look,
if you can manage the internet, it's at your fingertips. You have control. But who is at the top of the internet?
I am right now.
It's not you, Sydney. No.
Yes, it is. I'm the hub. I'm the central hub.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
You're not.
Yes. Absolutely.
No, you're not.
Okay, let's assume for 1 second that I'm not. All right, then what?
Look, France is one of the top ones.
Top ones what?
In the internet. With all the stocks, France is doing really fucking good.
Hold on. Stocks and the internet are two different things.
Yeah, I know.
So the internet is a mechanical electronic thing, and stocks is a negotiable instrument of some sort.
Yeah, with the AI. Yeah.
With what? Well, anyway, the thing is, they're two different.
You know what? Okay, you know what, Sydney? If you want to just act like a fucking idiot, that's fine. You have to realize, whenever you call a company and then they go, "I'm your ultimate, auto mechanic human being that can understand English. Tell me what you want to do," and then you're talking to this person. That's a lot of companies already doing that. So, Sydney, you're denying what's already happening.
What am I denying exactly?
You're not. Do you admit that there is clones and that type of shit? Do you admit that?
I'm sorry. Do I admit that there's clones and that type of shit?
Like, yeah, and androids and like robotoids and. Do you know about that or no?
No, this is the first I've ever heard. Tell me. It's literally, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, wow.
So, what's your source anyway?
Terminator. You ever seen the movie Terminator?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Remember, he's a robot man?
Yeah.
Right?
I remember that, yeah. Okay. And? It was a movie,
Yeah.
Rose. Yes, I remember it.
It's a movie, Sydney.
Yes, it's a movie. So it was
Sydney.
It was an Arnold movie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't it the Terminator?
Yeah, the Terminator.
Okay, so you know it's a movie, right? Because
his father
ain't dead.
His father was involved in the Nazi war, and his father's nickname was the Terminator. Did you know that?
Whose father?
Arnold Schwarzenegger's father. His code name in the Cold War was Terminator.
Who did he work for?
Did you know that?
Arnold Schwarzenegger's father. Huh? Who did he work for?
SSI, whatever. What was that shit called?
In the
I don't know.
American?
No, in Germany.
But he wasn't German. He was Austrian. Arnold
Yeah, but he was still.
He's Austrian or was Austrian. Was born in Austria.
Oh, I don't know.
Huh?
His nickname was the Terminator. I don't know, dude.
Well, maybe his nickname was the Terminator, but I know he was born in Austria. I remember when I was living in Africa in the 70s, he actually came to Africa. He was like Mr. Universe at the time. He came to Cape Town. I remember his visit.
Damn, you're hella old. Yeah.
I'm older than the internet, so don't even... Actually, Am I older than the internet? No. Yeah. Yes. Damn.
What?
Nothing.
All right. So, Amy, are you there? If you're not here, why the fuck are you here?
Amy, if you're not here, why are you here?
Yeah. Right? That's a good question, right? If you're not here, why are you here?
Can you hear me, Sid?
Yes, finally.
Oh, Amy. Oh my God. He's here.
What has this Terminator got to do with anything, by the way?
I have no idea.
Oh, fuck. She's ready. Amy.
What?
It's Rose. How you doing?
I'm fine. Hiya. Hiya.
Cool. Okay.
What's going on?
No, I'm just listening to you two.
Well, Stizo cleared the room out so that Rose and I can have a chat.
Actually, I fell asleep. I just woke up.
Ah, all right.
I heard Sty. I wish I hadn't heard it, by the way, because Sty would have it.
Sty,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I had to eject Sty, but I left it way too late.
I hope you recorded it. I have to listen to it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good. I like Sty. Sty's bad.
Sty's gone.
No, he's an ass.
Why?
Yeah.
Dick, dude.
Why is he gone?
Because
He's an asshole.
I like Sty, though.
no,
He
he's a
might-
nice guy. I like him too, but
He's an asshole.
we had a
I
room
like
full of
Sty.
people, people that hadn't been in a room before, or at least in my room before, having a great little debate, and Sty would keep on interjecting, just just shut the fuck up. Put your mic on mute and shut the fuck up, and he wouldn't do it. And eventually they said, I can't take it anymore, and off they went.
Yeah, he's an asshole. And I will fucking tell him he's an asshole.